live.
Oh, well, hello. We're live. Welcome back to the Museathon 2000. I'm Gabriel. We'll be playing a live, improvised sci-fi role-playing game. Let's just take a second to go around. Gabriel, I use he, they. Anyone else wants to go in whatever order, mention your name, pronouns you use, and give me a second so I can share this elsewhere.
Sure. Vague meandering system. Would you like to?
Sorry.
The link to share.
Apologies. Yes. Hi, I'm Sky. I use she, they, and I teach songwriting and ukulele and creativity classes at the Muse.
I'm Susan. She, they is fine. I teach some of our youth classes, and I'm also our program manager. Just a quick plug while we're all pulling up the links to share and getting ready for the game. This is, once again, part of the Give Local 757 drive, which is today, for all sorts of amazing nonprofits in the Hampton Roads area, including the Muse. So if you are able to donate $10 or more, please go to our website, the-muse.org, or find our profile on the Give Local website, and that way you can also check out a bunch of the other wonderful organizations. But please, if you can, donate to the Muse so we can keep up all of our wonderful programs in the community and our tuition assistance funds and youth and military and senior outreach, all of the wonderful stuff that we're able to do. That's my quick plug.
And continuing to provide literary education for people all over the world.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to be able to install a hybrid system, so even as we come back in person, we can still reach people all over, regardless of their ability to come in person to Hampton Roads.
Indeed.
All right,
Sean?
That's true, what you said.
Got it.
I'm Sean, program director. I've been here all day too, and it's really fun to do this at the end. This is kind of this is starting to become a tradition, I think, so this is pretty exciting.
2 years makes it a tradition.
Yeah, the second annual.
I'll go by he, him today. That's fine with me. But also they is fine as well. So if you want to donate, we have 2 hours and 45 minutes left for the actual donations to count towards the Give Local. We're doing really well. So we're, closing in on that 40 grand, and we're about probably going to not make the 2,000 donors, but that's kind of was a pie in the sky thought. But
Wait, you've got 2.5 hours.
we do. You're right. I shouldn't even say that. That's just bad luck. But anyways, I'm really happy to.
It was $10.
That's exciting. I mean, we're doing really well, though. Thank you, everyone who's donated, and this really makes us feel our community is just very strong, and they are really loyal, and hopefully we're getting new people involved in the community, and I'm very excited as we continue to grow, and I'm really excited about playing this game.
So excited.
Awesome.
Also, I feel like we should maybe note we are all in the same room facing a variety of different cameras, but if you ever see us looking at a weird angle, we are probably
We can pass
looking
things
at whoever
through the
is
camera.
Yeah, if you see me whip around, you can kind of see
I'm
Sean
like
in the
right
corner.
here.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Let's go through the camera angles just so everyone understands. So if we're all looking at Gabriel, this is where we're looking.
We will probably often be looking at
I
you.
like
If
this.
we're all looking at Sean,
Dramatic siren.
if we're all looking at Susan/Sky, which we have collectively
Become a single entity over the course of the past.
Gotta work that into the character now.
and then if we're just looking at ourselves on the
We're looking at
webcam,
we're looking at your comments as well. We can,
That's right.
for the most part, see those.
Yep.
Also, I don't know, Gabriel, if you had tweeted earlier that you were accepting kind of people throwing out suggestions.
Thanks for the reminder.
us.
Yep. So if anyone has any prompts for just any sort of random sci-fi weirdness you want to add to the story, if we see it, we will try to incorporate it. This is going to be completely mostly made up game, which I should probably introduce. I cannot figure out how to share this from Facebook to Twitter, so if someone knows how, go for it. But I should introduce the game. So we're playing Lasers and Feelings, which is a one-page role-playing game. It's by John Harper. And this is sort of a very lighthearted, quick sci-fi action adventure. I have a little starting idea for where the story's going to begin, but other than that, we're going to completely make it up as we go. Rules are really simple, and we're going to just kind of jump right in make up the characters and then explain as we go. The other thing to mention real quick is that we're using a couple safety tools. It's just best practices for role-playing games. We've written down our lines and veils, which are sort of our content warnings for ourselves, things that we won't include in the fiction. But if anything comes up in the game, we're going to be using a script change safety tool. So we can always say pause or indicate we're going to pause, rewind, fast forward the story. Just because we don't know what we're getting into and we want it to be fun and comfortable for everybody. Keep that like lighthearted tone. So step one, we're gonna create the characters. If you have the PDF pulled up, great. Otherwise, I'll just walk you through it. So first, you're gonna pick a style for your character. You can just write these things down. Everyone's going to choose. You are either alien, android, dangerous, heroic, hotshot, intrepid, or savvy. It's just your style. We don't know what that means yet. And yeah, we can talk out loud once you have it, say what you're thinking.
We should make sure we don't do the exact same thing
Yeah.
again, probably.
Yeah.
I think
Well, you have to
we've done
pick
that
one of
like
those?
twice now.
Yeah. You got something better? Go for it.
All right.
What's your one word?
Personally, I'm feeling hot shots.
I'm feeling Android.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I picked.
Oh well, go ahead, Sean. I'll pick something
There
else.
can be more than one. Yeah.
I'll go with alien.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay. Alien, Suze's hotshot, and Sean, you're android.
Yep.
All right, and then you're going to choose a role. So you are a doctor, envoy, engineer, explorer, pilot, scientist, or soldier. Again, if you have some other thing that is different, tell us what that is.
I know what I want, but I said first last time, so y'all go ahead.
Okay, Sean, you go first. this time.
Scientist.
Cool.
Scientist.
That's what I was gonna say. All right, I'll be an engineer.
Okay. Now these roles are going to be sort of generally anything that you'd reasonably be good at. So if you're a scientist, any science-related stuff, you're going to be good at it when you have to roll the dice. Hotshot
might
engineer, did I get there?
Switch to pilot.
Pilot? Yeah.
I'll be an alien doctor.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. So are you a doctor for aliens? A doctor who is an alien?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm an alien.
Cool.
The alien who's a
And
doctor.
I'm thinking I'm more a healer, but doctor is the closest word.
That was on
For-
this sheet.
No, for
Or in general.
in
For the role.
as far as like our alien species, thinking of human words,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't have a.
Translating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so then the next thing is you're just going to pick a number between 2 and 5. And this in this game, you only have 2 stats, 2 skills to keep track of: lasers and feelings. Lasers are when you're acting using science, reason, logic, that kind of thing. Feelings is when you're acting passionately, creating rapport between characters, intuition. So a higher number means you're better at lasers. Lower number means you're better at feelings. So again, lasers also, it says like technology, cold rationality, calm, precise action. Feelings, intuition, diplomacy, seduction, wild, passionate action.
I'm going to come in at a solid 2.
All right. Well, hotshot, yeah.
Committing to this.
All right.
Commit to the bit.
Wouldn't it be interesting if an android scientist was a 1?
Well, it has to be a 2. We'll get to why.
So it would be, yes.
Pure, I mean, I like a feeling android though. That's
Yeah, I'll be a 2 then.
cool.
All right, that we can make that decisions together.
Sky, are you gonna be the one who has some reason here, or no? Are you all gonna be?
Wait, so a high number is lasers. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like an alien that does healing, but that isn't about the mushy stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and let's just balance this out. And if you guys are both 2s, I'll be a 5.
Oh, nothing
Nice.
in between.
All right.
All right. Last thing. Give your character a cool space adventure name.
Oh no.
I think one fun way to do this
Yeah.
is always taking like the letters of your first or your last name and mixing them up. If you know.
The only example here is Sparks McGee or something.
Sparks
So it could be
McGee.
like cool sounding verb or word, and then name or.
Smiley day to you. My name's Fresh Cut Grass. I won't use that one.
Yeah.
That'd probably be more for an alien either. Oh, gosh.
I have a hard time with names, so this is great because you figure it out. I don't have to.
Oh, I want to hear y'all's names.
Yeah. And if you want more time to think about the name, you're also going to pick a character goal, which is something like you choose one of these or create your own. Your personal goal is to become captain, meet new aliens, shoot bad guys, find new worlds, solve weird space mysteries, prove yourself, or keep being awesome. Something simple like that. What's your character's strongest motivation?
Oh, I would like to solve weird space mysteries, but have absolutely no, logic.
Oh, yeah. That works. But you're a hotshot. You can go in there and figure it out. Yeah.
This is definitely the answer, guys. I've solved the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely not the answer.
Okay. So you have to pick one of those, or you can just say something like.
Yeah, pick or say something different.
Oh, okay. I was saying find my family.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hey, is your family the weird space mystery? Let's find out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the biggest principle of this kind of game is we're going to play to find out. We don't know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Bet you.
I think my name's going to be Eeks Picard. EYKS, which is sky backwards.
Uh-huh.
And my character's goal is going to be to prove that I have feelings.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I like that. I'm going to have follow-up questions for all of those at some point. Awesome. Do we have names for Sue's or Sean's characters?
Sean, you go.
My name is Fancy Smartsmatic 3.0, but
Right.
I called FM for short.
FM. Fancy Smartsmatic. Love it. Okay.
It's so good. Do any of your crewmates call you Fance or Fancy?
Well, we're
Or
about to.
we just call you FM?
Yeah,
FM.
they call me all sorts of things.
Yeah, it could be a lot of nicknames.
I'm calling you Fancy Pants. I hope you know that now. Ooh, okay. I think I'm just gonna go for Jane.
All right. Unassuming, but yeah, it's great. Jane.
Jane, what are you again? You're a
Hotshot pilot.
cool.
Awesome. So everyone, generally
human?
speaking, oh yeah.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
human? Alien?
I mean, it's
got an
fine.
alien and
You don't-
android.
Humanoid of some sort. Sure.
Humanoid. Cool. So you all have these sort of crew items. You have a consortium uniform with built-in vac suit for spacewalks, a super sweet space phone camera communicator scanner thing with universal translator. It's making it a little easy, but okay. And a variable beam phase pistol set to stun, usually. We talked about your character goals. The other thing I should mention is I do fantasy and horror mostly. I really don't end up doing sci-fi, so it's really fun to just not have the terminology and have you all make it up.
Hand wave.
Hand wave. It's magic. The last thing we need to do is create your ship.
Ooh.
So as a group, you're going to all pick 2 strengths for your ship, which it says it's called the Raptor, but we could rename that if
We
we...
should call it the marsh potato.
Oh
the
yeah.
Marsh Potato.
Yes.
Excellent.
Throwback to this time an hour ago when we were making comics with.
And it has to be purple and
It has to be purple
and
and somewhat
kind of
rotund.
round.
Yes.
Yeah, round and lumpy.
Cool.
Pull lumpy, yeah, sort of like a Zeppelin looking thing.
Yeah. So I guess that rules out nimble.
I feel like this is probably taking place in 30, 40 or something, where the
Yeah.
marsh potato is an old.
Legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
So-
universe.
Do you want to say well armed?
Oh yeah, so you are going to pick 2 strengths for the Marsh Potato. So fast, nimble, well-armed, powerful shields, superior sensors, cloaking device, fighter craft.
What's the difference between well-armed and fighter craft? Do you know?
I don't know. What do we think?
Hmm?
Yeah, it seems kind of close.
I genuinely have no.
Maybe it's not
think
designed to
I
be a
feel like
fighter, but it happens to be well armed to protect
Like the
itself.
way a merchant ship would be
Yeah,
well
it's got
armed,
some
but
cannons or
yeah.
something.
I would almost say if we're going with this whole mashed potato theme, that maybe we do like cloaking device, and it can basically look like an asteroid or some sort of. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So,
cloaking device, and then one more strength for the mashed potato.
Sean, any preference? That's probably not fast or nimble. If we are potato shaped.
I mean, we could figure out how that works.
Nimble potato.
Yeah.
Can we smell good? Like,
Powerful sensors.
yes.
I thought you meant like, can the scent of the ship be?
No, that is what I meant.
Great.
Like, we kind of like add a perfume around the universe everywhere
Oh
we
my
go.
gosh.
Oh,
That could be
you
our
smell
cloaking.
good to others. I
Our
was gonna-
cloaking device
yeah.
could be that it just smells really good and people get distracted.
Okay, so what's the other thing that we can do? Can we?
I was going to go right with that and say it's superior sensors, and it's some integrated bio-link thing where you can smell what's out there, but you
Sure.
can't-
Yeah.
I like that.
Superior sensors and good cloaking. So we see them and they don't see us.
Now you have to pick one problem. So fuel hog always needs energy crystals. Only one medical pod. We haven't got to the captain yet, so ignore that. Horrible circuit breakers, or grim reputation. Your captain did some bad stuff in the past.
Ooh.
Or we can make up a different one if those aren't interesting.
Sean, are you looking at the thing that we
I don't
see?
think
or
I
no?
should,
Yeah,
Sean.
that's
Sorry.
If we forgot one angle, which is that
No,
we're
I'm
looking
listening.
at the
Yeah.
sheet.
What if our ship like gets easily distracted by things?
I think that might be a player generated issue.
Well,
Does your ship have an AI? Is there
Oh,
a...
does it?
Yeah, our ship smells.
The marshmallow potato.
Like-
Smelly ship.
Yeah. Actually, this leads into what I was going to ask, too, is like the type of mission that you're on. Are you like a research vessel? Like, does it get distracted and think like, hold on, we need to stop and check
Maybe
out
it
this
always
planet?
has to stop and take a sample before it can go anywhere because its sensors are so good. So we have
Nice.
to wait for it to finish its calculations before we can like leave.
So clunky like
Yeah.
operations or
Yeah.
something like.
It's not even, or it would be more, coming from that angle, it would not even be that it's clunky, it's just that it's always running these really high level operations, so it can't do other stuff like.
I'm thinking like it's like a kid who's out in the outfield who gets distracted by butterflies and he misses the fly ball.
Yeah.
So it decides to run its own scientific experiments at inopportune times.
Yeah, so
Cool.
it's just sort of like technological lag. Yeah, which we
Yeah.
experience
Today?
some of that today. Just-
What? No.
So it sounds like it's actually maybe pretty sophisticated. This like all these systems are run by the AI and it will like be gathering samples, doing all this stuff. But if you just want to go
You just
somewhere,
can't.
it just won't let you. It's like, sorry, we have to complete
Yeah.
scanning and
It's
taking
stubborn.
samples, and it disagrees with you at times.
Yeah.
I think that's all we need to start. Before we do that, how do people donate to the Muse? Put a note to remind
Oh, yeah.
us to
Yes.
plug
Along
that.
the bottom,
Oh, there's a banner.
there's actually a
The-muse.org. It
right on the
is
front page.
right
there's
on
a
our
link
website.
to where you donate for Give Local, and you can also come back to the Muse site and check out all the things we do. But also, if you want to give to any of the Give Local nonprofits, GiveLocal757.org, and all of them are taking donations until midnight. So give it up.
You did it.
And remember, especially if you do go and donate and you want to mention a story prompt for us. So what's the weirdest sci-fi thing that can show up?
Oh, mention it in your donation comment.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
we'll look for it. If
Someone will
you
see it.
mention it in your donation comment, I'm not saying that you have to buy your way into this game, but it will help.
But it will. You'll cut the line. You'll
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
VIP.
we'll put you to the top of the line.
I did have a friend of mine give me like 10 prompts.
Oh yeah, cool.
Which was-
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron. We'll see what happens.
Who was it?
Aaron
Nice.
just spouted off they could all be episodes of a show in themselves. So I'm going to ask you a couple more questions to set the scene here. I'm kind of there's some random tables here we can roll, random results to push the story. Most of it's going to come from what you guys do. But I want to know, especially because we're a research vessel here, or something like it, what mission is the marsh potato on, and why is it far away? In fact, it's so far away that you have to go into your sleep pods, into stasis for a period of time.
I'm trying to solve a space mystery. So perhaps there was a crime scene of some sort, and beings went missing, and there were traces of a mysterious sort of organic material that hadn't been seen anywhere this side of the galaxy for quite some time.
And it's like a big case that needs to be solved.
But we had to go to where it actually was to find it.
Can I ask briefly, is our facebook.com/the Muse Writer Center or just Muse Writer
I
Center?
believe it's the Muse Writer Center, but let's see what happens when I start.
Just double checking. And I did send you that link, so you can just share that straight to Twitter if you're interested.
I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Muse Writer Center.
Cool.
Let me just take a second while, let's see, that was the other, yes. So, high-profile crime scene, the strange organic material. I mean, they've sent FM, the scientists. They've sent, is it Ikes or Eeks?
Eeks.
They've sent this very specialized team.
And I was the only one who would agree to drive them there.
Of course. Hold you back for one last mission, probably, like...
They didn't want me to drive anymore, but I stole the ship anyway.
Nice.
I am fully qualified pilot, y'all.
That's great. Cool. Shared that. Yes. So that's why you're in stasis for whatever reason. Magic, science. It takes a long time. However, unexpectedly, you're woken from your sleep pods. You look at your readouts or whatever on the screen, and from what you remember, this is way ahead of schedule. You were awakened much too early. Your captain, Captain Darcy, is also stumbling out of their pod. The uniform. What do your uniforms look like on this ship? Any particular
they purple.
color patch?
No, they're
Purple?
absolutely purple.
Purple. Yeah.
They have little potato
Little insignia on it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like purple insignia.
That was like a little
insignia.
potato with like an eye growing out of it.
Yes.
So
Oh,
a
yeah.
lightning bolt all the way down, like
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's the zipper.
Yeah.
The zipper's a
The
little
zipper comes out of the
It's
eye.
a
Yeah.
little complicated,
Yeah.
but yes,
Yeah.
to get it on and off.
Um,
I also am picturing these as being very cool, but slightly pajama-like. If we're like rolling
yeah.
up out of our stasis pods.
Yeah, well, spacesuits. And Darcy's, bleary-eyed as you all are, and says like, "Hold on," and starts going through the screen and reading and frowning for a minute. And after a very awkward, long, drawn-out pause, explains to you all that there are new orders before you reach the sector of that crime scene where that material is supposed to be from. You have now been tasked with retrieving the Museathon 2000.
Oh.
A rare artifact which holds the key to imparting knowledge, culture, and vital skills to other planets, maybe. There's not very much explanation given for that.
Do we know where the order came from?
No, let's make up that part. You're this research vessel. Is there, this doesn't have to be a government-funded thing? Is there someone who's backing your mission?
Oh, an
Is there
anonymous
someone who
wealthy donor, perhaps.
It says, hold on, we'll pay for all your supplies here. You need to make this stop first.
Okay.
They've promised to fund your research for the next, I don't know, several missions. Your
Year.
next full mission. Yeah, year. There we go.
until the second Tuesday in May, Galaxy time.
Specifically, yeah. So each of you have heard something about this rare artifact. Real quick, what? And these rumors could be way off. What do you think this looks like? Is this a piece of alien technology? Is this like a time capsule? When your character hears about the Museathon 2000.
Is it okay if it's like where we don't really know what it is? We just know that it's epic.
What do you think it is, or what is the image that comes to your character's mind? I guess.
So I think that it is like a really big gun that you can shoot at people, and it's got like 6 different settings, which is a lot of settings.
Also, we're not
super cool.
we're not the most like equipped with guns ship.
Yeah, no,
So
I know.
that would be
It's like really. It's got like
really special. to
maybe
us.
even 7 settings. It's like really cool, man. Like it's a big gun. I heard
Maybe
it
even-
also shoots lightning bolts.
maybe even 4 settings.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That impart knowledge. That does it beam? Like, again, is this like a capsule of like recorded information? It's like you need to recover this because of how valuable the knowledge is. Or
Well, I think the knowledge too has something to do with my family that I think is out there, and never
Okay.
been never told before. Even though everyone tells me I'm an android, and everything tells me I'm an android, and I think I might be an android, but for some reason I just think that I'm not an android, and that I have family out there, and I think this Museathon is the key to that.
yeah,
But I don't tell them that.
sure, yeah.
I still think it's a really big gun.
Me too. I agree with you.
Oh right, I'm catching back up to your character's sort of style. So yeah, Hotchip like, sweet, this is a big old cannon we can put on.
And
our
then
ship."
maybe I think it's
Not a
just
smart man.
maybe I think it's full of secrets to how to feel.
Yeah.
So maybe each one of us thinks it's something that's specifically for us.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
self-motivated reason for going after anything in space,
Oh, yeah.
is the thing that really...
I just want to see if I pointed at something, how much it's gonna explode.
How hard it will pew pew.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm a number 2 on this whole laser scale. Technology, not my thing.
So yeah, Captain Darcy is reading this out, and then you see their eyes sort of like kind of glaze over as they're trying to look at this screen. There's like some flickering lights coming through. The circuit just starts to spark and go haywire, and you see them just kind of like fall back in this trance for a moment. It seems like they've been overcome by some weird transmission coming from this screen as they've been picking up the new orders, and they collapse in front of you. They were about to explain sort of the next step of this mission, what you were supposed to do, and they're just kind of sparks going up and down their suit. Their eyes are rolled back. What do you do?
Are they kind of humanoid-ish, Captain Darcy?
Yeah, let's say they're human. Yeah.
Hey, Eeks!
Eeks is already like...
Eeks! Oh, there you are. So, the captain's, do you know anything? The captain's down. You're a doctor, right?
And Eeks is just like immediately like unpacking some sort of alien. It's some sort of like a medic pack that's sort of like silicone. It's just
Sure.
a very alien thing.
Yeah.
So it's like silicone and kind of like a packet, and it's got like zippers and prongs and all kinds of things. And Eeks is just sort of like throwing things out of it behind themselves, like
Jane is just kind of ducking
and
in the background.
just holds up like some sort of sort of maybe electrode thing in order to try to sort of like shock the captain back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stabilize the captain. All right, time to roll some dice, I think, because this is uncertain situation. So when you do something risky, You're going to roll one six-sided dice to find out how it goes. This is just eeks. You roll an extra one if you're prepared, and you roll a third one if you're an expert at that. It sounds like being the ship's doctor kind of prepared you.
I'm pretty
Sounds like three
prepared.
dice.
That's why I screamed your name really loud, even though you were
Yeah.
right next to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably don't need to like do much projecting. Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. And this, would you say this is using lasers? I think, right? This is.
Oh, this is
science. This
absolutely
is life
using
support.
lasers.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's no feeling involved in like whether or not this will be worse for the captain or whatever. It's just like solve problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 3s and a 4.
2 3s and a 4. What does it all mean, Gabriel?
If you're using lasers, you want to roll under your number. Which.
When my number is a 5.
So all 3 succeed, which is a critical success.
Hey!
So you get some extra effect.
Sorry, that's not how Eeks talks.
And if you ever, by the way, if you ever get your number exactly on a dice, you have laser feelings, which you get a special insight. The critical success, I think you stabilize. What does this look like? Is this like a weird alien gel device that just goes over?
It's like it kind of looks like a screwdriver, but then it's got this weird sort of like jelly shiny stuff around the center of it, and that's what the electrode comes from. And I'm thinking maybe it's somehow related to a jellyfish
It doesn't do
stinger.
good.
So anyway, yeah, I kind of walk up to the captain. The jelly gummy stuff kind of like feels around his skin and like softly splurts out. And then the metal part kind of like shocks. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's fun to be a doctor.
to the rest of the crew, this is this very strange alien, of course, process. Maybe it's unclear how this works, but Darcy kind of comes back into consciousness and just looks very confused and looks at you and says, I mean, you succeeded critically, so you brought them back, but they say like, is it time? Is it time? What happened? You doesn't recall what happened, but does tell you. Points back over to like the flickering console there and says like I can hear the transmission coming. I need to tell you that I need everyone to roll a 6-sided dice. I don't know what's happening. We're gonna find out what this new threat is.
Roll for initiative.
Ooh.
Oh, look at you. Oh
Oh, it's fine. It's a random list.
no! That's okay, good.
I will roll the last one too. So whoever wants to just tell me the number, it doesn't matter what it is.
5.
Solid natural 1.
3.
Hey.
Okay.
513.
Odd numbers here. We're an odd bunch.
All right. So this is a lot, and it's you don't know what Darcy is talking about, but Darcy blurts out that I picked up the messages. They're coming in code. I can hear them. They're saying that cyber zombies will destroy the Star Dreadnought, and if this happens, this will rip a hole in reality. You don't know what Darcy is talking about. You realize
Star Dreadnought.
cyber zombies will destroy, corrupt the Star Dreadnought. We're going to get to this in a minute, but if this happens, this will, cause a tear in space-time or whatever they say. And Darcy just goes limp and
Wait, is
passes
it
out.
tear? Did he say tear or tear?
It'd be really sad.
I think he said rip.
Rip, tear. And I think, knowing your training, Eeks, you quickly take the captain to the sick bay pod or whatever to just recover. You got this extra information, this transmission, but captain is out of commission. It is up to you all and the ship's AI, I guess, the computer, which we haven't encountered yet. In fact, the AI comes online. Let's take a second. Is this like Is this a disembodied voice that speaks to you? Is this like Red Dwarf where there's like the little hologram face that pops up?
I feel like it should have kind of the conductor voice.
I think it should
Like
be
in
Michael
trains where you can't
Candlewall.
hear it. Oh my gosh, it's Michael. Perfect.
Just to calm. So guys,
Ahoy!
just getting things. Ahoy! It says ahoy every time.
Yeah.
Would you like a gin and tonic?
Ahoy! Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's always holding a gin and tonic. Actually.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a visual. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
It's
Yeah.
like Michael. It's Michael. Like 1.5 or maybe 2.5 gin and tonics in at a writers conference.
In his element, thriving. This is a very happy.
Oh, and he is in that. To be clear,
purple sports
he
coat?
is in that
The purple
purple
sports
sports
coat.
coat that's got the paisley.
Yes.
The paisley texture to it. So he looks. It's very classy.
Yeah.
But then the personality is just very disarmingly casual.
Yes.
Like
So is it like
yeah.
a hologram, or it's like a person?
hologram.
I think it's like a hologram.
And it comes up in one place, like, woo.
Yeah, like if you're walking, I
Maybe
think you have
after
to
our
flick
first
around on
break.
your side of
Maybe,
the hall.
yeah.
Maybe after our first break,
We will have the
get
AI
Michael.
make an
Yeah.
appearance himself.
Yeah.
For if you're not aware, Michael Candwell is the executive director of the Muse Writer Center. He is the reason we are all here tonight, and for the past 15 years that the Muse has been here in the community, we also did not just both come up with a really specific image of the same person at the same
That's
time.
correct.
This is a man we know and love who is in the other room, I think currently asking people for more
raising money.
donations.
And
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think what we should really do is we should say that hologram will appear if we hit a certain goal.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we are at 141 raised.
Do it.
We're definitely going to get to,
462
we're going to get to our
donors.
goal.
All right, get us to 500 unique donors, y'all. If you know anyone who's got a spare $10 or more lying around, the-muse.org, please
Yes.
go ahead and donate. We will possibly get an in-person appearance from our non-holographic AI.
Yeah, if we can make it to 500 donors during this stream
Total.
which past 500 total donors, we will have a live appearance from our hologram AI on the ship.
Will maybe join us for a few moments of gameplay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. In this world, the hologram is also named Michael. It is Michael. The suit is a bit more like it is that fancy suit we described, but there's maybe a couple
He
little
looks kind of like that.
Just vaguely.
That's hard to see. Yeah, a couple little research instruments in the pocket, and I'm gonna say that he's maybe was the founder of this vessel or something, the research mission. Very casual, and just says, "Oh, hey everyone, ahoy there. Seems you're having a bit of trouble. I was just kind of gathering some samples down here, some really great information I think you'll want to look at. But what's wrong with the captain? What's going on? Do you need my help? Because I was still busy scanning this planet below."
Eeks pops open the back of the screwdriver jelly electrode thing, and a little digital printout prints out and says,
Yeah.
"You will find the captain's vitals here, Michael. These are the most technical readings that I can provide to you at this time as the doctor on ship. But there were some strange utterances about something having to do with cyber zombies."
They passed out and then woke up and then passed out again and said that reality's gonna rip itself a new one.
Ooh,
Michael.
that sounds difficult. Wow. Well, you better get on that. I'm just gonna wrap up this scanning here, and we'll see
Michael,
what's
3
next.
gin and tonics, please.
We need
As well, if that'll help. And I think it's just sort of this just the style of this ship is you don't need the hologram to gesture, but the hologram gestures, and then the little thing appears on the other side.
A little floating tray
Yeah.
with 3
Yeah.
gin and tonics in to-go coffee cups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fancy, are you with us, or are you in a different section right now while all this is happening?
No, I'm watching, I'm observing.
Okay.
Fancy, do you drink your gin and tonic fast or slow?
I don't drink gin and tonics. I don't drink at all.
Yeah.
They're
Enjoy
a
it.
robot.
Oh, but do you pretend to? Do you just hold it? Just to sort of
I think this is
appear?
an obnoxious running joke from the ship's AI that gives you drinks when you're like, great, what do I do with this? And it's no, enjoy. And it's okay.
And then in my mind, I'm like, once I find my family.
Would your family wouldn't do
Yeah.
that?
But I keep it all inside.
Yeah.
I don't let anyone know.
Yeah.
I kind of would go along with it too, like, oh.
Fancy thinks it's funny. They don't mind.
Yeah.
See,
Of course,
fancy.
these are synthetic. You might feel like you're drinking a gin and tonic and feel this buzz, but it's not going to actually inhibit your skills on the ship, your duties. It kind of cuts you short in that way, unfortunately. But the ship goes back to scanning. Says like, well, I'll send out another scan, and just seems awfully casual about this. Disappears from view. There's a long, awkward silence while you're waiting for your ship's computer to like take this scary situation seriously. What do you do in those moments together?
Jane just like takes a one really loud slurp and then throws back the rest of the gin and tonic like shockingly quickly.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll come back to that one later. Then there's an abrupt sound, and alarms go off. It's, actually, everyone, sorry to interrupt. It turns out, I think this is what you were talking about. They're actually, I'm picking up something on the scanners here. There's quite a large ship. Let me kind of zoom in this little projection, and it's like full on, Star Destroyer looking ship. So that's a pretty large, and we haven't seen that in a while. I need to update the scanners here, the database or whatever. Anyone know what that is? I don't think we've seen one like that before. Eeks, actually not Eeks. FM and Jane, you're both much more feeling oriented. How do you all feel about how casual the ship is? Do you feel like it's actually, I don't know, any reaction to that? Ooh. This is clearly like, this is a dreadnought. This is some massive looking ship.
Getting a sense of dread.
Yeah.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I've kind of been lost in thought ever since the captains talked about reality being ripped in half, because that kind of just blew my mind thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, what if reality was ripped in half? Maybe they want that.
Yeah. Lost in philosophical thought.
Hey, y'all. Is anyone concerned about the giant ship that just appeared outside? And the vague strains of French horn playing in the distance? Is that just me? Anyone?
Is it another marsh potato?
Definitely not. This one is less purple.
Do we encounter ships regularly? I for some reason, my feeling of the marsh potato, given its name and characteristics so far, I'm kind of getting the impression that we just generally sort of like, you're doing your mission that you're on, but in general, I don't think we do a lot of interacting with other ships.
We also just come out of sleep stasis.
Right.
Yeah, I think our first reaction in this case would be to like camouflage ourselves, to cloak.
Sure.
You know? And I quickly say that I snap out of it, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. I need to, like, start being a scientist here, and I go, cloak, like this.
Hey, Captain! No, Michael! How do you...
And I'm leaning to the what was it? The problem with the ship is that it's distracted with that, and I think this isn't role playing Michael the person. This is Michael the AI.
Yeah.
And also there's you notice when the hologram comes up, there's like some flickering, like there's some short circuit, and it's sort of like, oh yeah, hi everyone. Just taking the scans, and it starts to repeat itself, and says, wait, I just said that, didn't I? Yeah, there's that ship out there. You might want to update the servers. I can't even see what type that is. Looks pretty big though. We should be fine though. The cloaking is on autopilot. I'm just going to continue scanning.
Michael, focus. Are the cloaks on right now?
Because I'm just looking.
Michael, is the mashed potato cloaked or not?
You realize that something has affected the ship's sort of auto systems as well, and it is fixated on. Says, you need to see the other side of this asteroid. We'll take it around the asteroid. It should be fine. But you can't tell if it is following your directions to turn the cloaks on.
He's had one too
is
many gin
there
and tonics.
a bridge that I can go to as a pilot?
Yeah.
Would I know how to switch it off of autopilot? Presumably.
Sure.
Even though I'm not the captain.
Yeah, maybe go up to the captain's console or whatever,
Yeah.
the chair.
Cloaks.
Yeah, looking for the cloak. This sounds like, I mean, this is an urgent situation. You don't know if that ship is gonna pick up that you're here.
It would just be nice if we could see them without them seeing us.
Yes.
I mean, do you think I could step out to write something in my diary in my my quarters?
Yes.
Wow.
I just had like a major breakthrough.
And I feel like we need to hear what you're writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I run to my quarters.
Wait, have I turned on
And everybody's like,
micro-
"Where's fancy guy?" And I'm like,
This is a cut. This is a cut to other scene, and then we'll cut back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Come back,
So we both just ran off in opposite directions and left you standing there? Is that what just happened?
Standard.
Yeah.
I'm still reading the printout.
Yeah, even though you're double checking it. I mean, yeah. Let's do a roll for Jane. So you are,
Okay.
I do think, I mean, you tell me, are you, if you're acting with feelings, that could be possible. What would that look like? Otherwise, it's probably lasers because you're trying to like.
Is it lasers, but would I be an expert if I'm a pilot? Or at least prepared?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you operate those things, so you
Okay.
would get.
But it would still be like lasers, but with 3? Is that how that would work?
If you're prepared. Yeah, I don't know. You think you're an expert at? Is this close enough to
isn't
what
it-
you normally do, like the interface of the ship and?
I would guess so. Like steering and
Sure.
cloaking would seem to be something a autopilot would do
Sure.
there for a
Yeah.
pilot.
Maybe you haven't had to do this in a little bit. You're like, oh, this
Yeah.
really runs itself. Where do I find it?
Should I
This
do
outdated.
2 and
Yeah, whatever you want.
I don't
Go
know
for
too
it.
much about. All right, I'll do 2 for lasers, I guess.
Okay. So you're trying to roll under your number.
Under.
Under 2.
Oh my god! I did roll a 1
Roll
earlier.
3. Roll 3. Yeah.
Roll
See what
3?
happens.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Okay.
A 4 and a 6.
4 and a 6, and none of those are your number. So
Guys, I think I turned the cloaks on. I think we're good. We're cool. I think we can get closer.
none of your dice succeed. It goes wrong, and things get worse somehow. I think you're
Excellent.
you're like, this is the cloak button, and you click the thing, and then you say, hey everyone, I found the cloak, and you look and you realize you've opened a comms channel to the ship,
To
and
the
you
ship?
just said that towards the ship, and there's this long pause.
The cloak of welcome, a traditional gift of the marshlands that we present to visiting dreadnoughts.
Nice.
Ahoy!
There's crackling, static, and like that screen comes up and it flickers in and out, whatever the communication looks like. And you see, at first it comes on, you see like a head that's down, like a helmet, and you're like, that's weird. And then it kind of just like sits up and just kind of, and you see a skeletal face inside a helmet kind of reach forward towards the screen, just claw at the screen. Then it flickers and goes out, and you see distantly some other, like, I guess, I don't know what you would see from here, some lights flicker on the ship, as maybe something is activating on that ship.
Oh no.
But meanwhile, the rest of the crew, you hear, Jane's got it, Jane's found the cloak.
Don't worry, guys.
I mean, you can say whatever you want after that, but do we want to cut to FM yet, or do you...
Like I heard when the comm came on,
Yeah.
I like just came out of like this blackout and I was in the shower, like taking a shower, and I completely forgot and blacked out. Didn't know how I got in there. So I think I was totally lost in thought, but that kind of broke me back in reality. So, I toweled myself off and turned off the water and I said, okay, I still have to do my job, and then I left.
What were you writing in your diary?
Yeah, I'm so
though?
curious.
Well, I kind of, I was writing, and I went back and looked at the last diary, because that's the last thing I remember was writing. And then I kind of just zoned out, and then woke up in the shower. Like, you have lost time. Sometimes I'm dealing with that, because I'm having such emotional trauma, with this whole thing. So, I looked at my diary, and it just said, Dear Diary, and then it said, I think I hear my father calling me.
Oh.
And then I went, and then I said, and then it just like tripped, like you can't just read the handwriting after that.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
But I still was like, oh no. Or something. I ran out.
Sounds like an android trance.
I wonder what's the shower for an
Were you
Android?
dreaming of electric?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What is the shower for an android?
Like,
Do you just go stand in the shower and no water actually
No,
runs?
I've been taking real showers. I don't tell any of the crew about that. It's like my own
like a
thing.
human
It's like
thing.
my rebellion.
Oh, I thought Michael was just standing in the corner making shower noises like shh.
No, it's a real shower.
nice.
Can I go on
Yep.
the comms after, having shouted out,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I got
yeah.
the cloaks on, and then that weird transmission?
Yeah.
Can I just, go on the comms and get my face, way too close to the microphone and announce to the whole ship, the whole mashed potato, hey, guys, remember that one time that Captain Darcy told us that if the cyber zombies corrupt the dreadnought, that it's gonna tear the fabric of reality apart? Yeah? So, I think the cyber zombies have the dreadnought. Anyway, is anyone hungry? I feel like I've been asleep for ages. Hi, Michael.
I'm going to bring in a prompt someone offered, which I didn't notice now. The ship's cheeky AI makes cool sci-fi mouth noises for various ship functions to thrill and excite the crew because otherwise everything is very quiet and a little anticlimactic.
Oh, good.
So I think when things come on, Michael goes like and makes a mouth sound, and then when he goes like they're not even good effects, but
They're not
entertain you.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
a cool sci-fi sounding ship.
Yeah.
So Michael
it's
just
just
tries to
not
overcompensate.
And he does it when I enter the room.
Yeah.
Or I move, he'll
Yeah.
pretend like I sound like a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
take
that.
it though.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Michael just thinks it's really cool to be an android and wants to be embodied, and it's makes robot sounds. And,
That's the irony of it.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just want to.
Yeah.
I just want to be like Michael.
We do have it's 10:02, so
Yes.
maybe if in 5 minutes or so we want to
Come
do
to
our
a
first
pause.
little pause
Break.
and break, and we can go refill our coffee cups and all that jazz.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
So Sue's Jane tried to give the group that heads up of hey, I think that thing is happening. Michael comes on and says I found some really great samples. It's unusual. This is probably really important. I think. Flickers out. Says it's that same. Let's talk about that organic material that was at that crime scene. There's traces of some of that on the debris and asteroids and stuff. What was that sort of material, do we think?
Ooh.
Organic material? Oh, it says organic material.
Maybe a plant that only grows on one particular planet or something?
Yeah.
Some weird kind of lichen or something.
Or
Weird
residue
Yeah.
from another being, possibly, that has never been particularly discovered before.
Yeah, they haven't figured out what it actually is, but I'm picking up some of that strange residue.
What about green, kind of skin flakes?
Loose scales?
scales.
Yeah,
that? Ooh,
scales.
okay.
I was thinking gnarly dandruff.
But like moths.
That's better.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it lands, it takes
Yeah,
root.
lichen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, I think we need to so the ship is trying to go land on this asteroid to take samples. It's up to you all if you let it do that. It's distracted. It's probably malfunctioning somehow.
Where's the asteroid? Is it in the opposite direction of the dreadnought?
I think it's ahead. It's been kind of scanning it from a distance, but it says that we're going to go for it and land on this, and it should be fine. That ship, it's a big ship, but
So you'd have to pass the ship to get to the...
it's in between you and the ship. The asteroid's directly in front of me. Yeah.
I think I like the idea of going down there.
To the asteroid?
Yeah.
If we land on the far side too, we could get Well, I
Do we
still
have-
think the cloaks are on, but we could get closer to the ship and be protected.
Do we have some sort of like thrusters of some kind that we could, put into overdrive for this so that we can at least get around the ship real fast?
Or do we have like a
And
little extra spudlet, little pod that we could do?
Oh, take a little.
So we
I
can
don't
like
know.
park on the asteroid and then take a little jump.
I don't know if
to
that
the
seems
north.
wise. If the ship was
Just
already if our ship was already like flickering,
Yeah, if it
I don't know if we
leaves
want to leave. the
Yeah.
ship
The
to.
ship wants
its
to
own
go down there
devices.
probably.
It means
I
we
think
could
we-
try to repair too.
I think
don't
we
know.
try our tater thrusters.
potato thrusters.
Actually, the tater thrusters.
Yeah, it's actually powered by
potatoes. Yeah.
Sure.
Giant potato guns.
Oh yes, they're giant potato guns.
It shoots out these bullets.
and just like the thunk
Yeah.
of the giant potato gun stuff propels you forward. So it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like a motor. It's just like a centrifugal force of like the thing shooting
Yeah.
out the back makes the forward.
So we just kind of
Yeah.
jolt along.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lurch is forward.
load the potato, load the tater thrusters.
So as this whole plan's coming together, I get really excited and I have to get to my laboratory to prepare for scientific research on this moss-like substance on this on this asteroid. And when I'm leaving, I'm running out and over the thing. It's like beep beep boop bop beep bop.
Yeah,
And when I hear it, I follow you
Okay.
to figure out what it is that you're doing, because I feel like I've been off in my own space and you guys went to do different things. So I follow you, because when your little beeps, when Michael starts doing the beeps for you,
Yeah.
I know that there's something going on with FM.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But FM is just like, kind of like, why are you following me?
Oh, well, I enjoy the way that your mind works very differently than my own. What's on your mind, FM?
And then I'm like, stop in my tracks, and I'm like, my mind? What's on my mind? No one's asked me that before. And then Michael's like,
Yeah. I feel like maybe Michael even has this very limited archive of like, maybe it's even like old sci-fi movies,
sound effects.
clips. Yeah,
Yes.
so there's like soundtrack clips and starts to try to play some like hopeful cinematic music for a second.
Sentimental.
Yeah, while you're having this
yeah.
heart-to-heart conversation.
it's a big moment though, I had another
Yeah.
breakthrough. So before I go to the laboratory, I have to go back to write my diary again.
Yeah.
No one's asked you that before. I know androids are different, but don't they have families?
Whoa, now I'm
Mine's blown.
I'm like, whoa.
Actually, I think this will be an interesting reason to just make a roll.
Sure.
Because of, for FM, do you think? Sorry, you're stronger in feelings. Do you think this is like is mind blown thing, or somebody having all these just like revelations? So maybe this will be like roll with lasers to see if you can just like put together all these massive thoughts and like. I don't know, see what happens.
Okay.
So let's see.
I hope that's okay. I'm just sort of trying to push into the thing that I feel like your character is already leaning into.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
out of game. I hope that's okay.
Well, I'm not, I'm still dealing with all this stuff.
Yeah.
It is a little personal, but.
Well, my character doesn't do feelings.
Right.
So I think my character
I know,
is
and
like,
it totally
something
fits.
is different.
Yeah.
What is this
Totally
thing?
fits.
Yeah, asks the cutting deep question without realizing
realizing that
kind
it's
of a big deal.
insensitive
Yeah.
or
So do you think this is something that I don't think you're prepared for.
Right.
Is this something you're good at? I mean, you're a scientist.
I want to tell Jane.
That's me.
Oh,
That's Eeks.
That's
Eeks. I want to tell Eeks that I think I do have a family. I want to have a confidant because no one's ever really brought it up to me before.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, roll second dice. I don't know. I feel like this is close enough to your thing that there's something going on there.
So I roll 2 dice?
Yeah. Yep.
What am I going?
And you're trying to roll. Oh, it rolls with lasers. You're trying to roll under your number,
Okay.
which is 2.
Oh, I have a 2.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
okay.
What? Did you get snake eyes?
No, I rolled 2 dice. A 2 and a 1.
No, I got 1 and 1.
Oh, they're both. Wow.
Snake
Okay.
eyes.
So you did it. Yeah.
Great job.
succeeds.
Nice roll.
I think something clicks. I think you tell me what is that?
The click is after my mind is broken, I turn to Meeks and I'm like, Meeks.
Eeks. Thank you.
Eeks. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Eeks. I do believe I have a family, but no one else believes, and I have never known my family. I've always been alone in the sense of not knowing any real connection to someone else. Do you have a family?
Yes, but I've been away from them for a very long time. In my world, my species only did healing with crustaceans. Is your closest word? And I wanted to be a real doctor. So I went to human Earth school to be a real doctor, so I have left my family for many years, but I hope that I will see them again someday. I think.
What's it like to have a family? Do you have a brother? Do you have a sister? Do you have a mother, a father?
I have a whole pod.
A whole pod. I wonder if I have a pod. Do you think I have a pod?
Could be. If you're interested in finding your family, it might be that I could do some sort of tampering with your biometrics and run some sort of a search against the ship's computer and see whether or not there is a match somewhere in the multiverse.
Oh, that would be amazing. But you can't tell.
Come here, and I just grab your arm, and I stick it I pinprick a circuit of yours or some sort, and I say, do you mind if I take your biometric?
Yeah.
Just don't tell Michael.
Can Michael come in and make a sound effect for the?
Is there a way to make this test by not going through the main computer? I don't want the ship to know.
Sure. I'm sure you have some hand scanner thing.
Jane and I were working on a private medical device in order to keep some of the ship's medical information confidential.
Don't tell Jane. Whatever.
Oh, well, no, I believe Jane is a safe person to know because
But
Jane,
it's my decision.
Sure, that's fine. I will not share with Jane. But what I'm saying is there is a private medical searching tool that I might be able to use for this to keep it off of the ship, and you will have my sworn what's it called, the Hippocratic oath.
Sure.
That I will.
Doctor patient
Yes.
confidentiality.
Yes, you can trust me as your doctor.
As you get ready to do this scan, there's this thump and this jarring. You don't quite line it up, and you hear this almost like fanfare coming through the speakers. Cheesy old crackling Sci-Fi soundtrack of Michael trying to announce "Ahoy everyone, we have landed." Although scanners are really jumbled here, I think you might want to go out there and take a look yourselves. Tell me what samples you get. Really curious about this asteroid. That material. Don't forget to suit up, and kind of melts down, and the hologram goes out. And
I'm going to take it quickly before I go.
Let's take the break there and see what.
Okay.
Before we go on break,
Yeah.
can I just say while they were having this deep and meaningful conversation, I was in the bridge arguing with Michael about whether or not ship-fabricated mashed potatoes would be cannibalism.
Wow.
Just so you know.
I
great.
think the computer is like not getting it. It's like going in logical circles. Like, well, how would that be candles? And like, no. Yeah.
Mashed potato and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Are we paused
Are we? Yeah.
on the?
Are we still streaming?
Well, I mean, do you want to stop the stream and come back?
I think we just turn off our cameras.
Okay. I was
Take
gonna.
like the-
And
I was
keep
gonna
the-
share. I was gonna share the leaderboard while we leave.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
and just mute it.
So we will be back.
Remember, the-muse.org. Come and donate to us. We currently have $32,311
And we're only 20 donors away from a real life hologram
of
from Michael
Michael.
Leah.
Just
Wow.
Yeah, we have 480 donors. We're trying to get to 500 before 11:30, I would say, or 11:15. That'll give us
Even
time.
better.
Wow.
So in the next hour, 20 more donors.
Oh,
We'll do that easy.
I think we need to try to get that before 11.
Let's
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Step it up.
Because, well, I mean, we were at 460 something the last time we checked.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got it.
we've gone up.
We got it.
We got 5 donors in under 3 minutes earlier.
Yep.
Like while
That's
we were
amazing.
streaming. Okay, quick break.
Great.
All right.
We will be back. How
In
long?
a few.
Are we breaking
Did
Did
for?
you say 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
10:20?
Yep, 10:20.
All right.
All right.
All right, we're coming back in a few minutes. Let's see. I think that we're at 486.
486. All right. Sweet. 14 more.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
AI Michael at 11.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. There we go.
Wonderful. We've lost Eeks.
Where'd Eeks go?
Ah.
Da-da-da, 1, 2.
That's 1, 2. Temporarily sit here if you want to
You back?
add the feedback in. Yeah,
There
I'll
you
get up
go.
when this guy comes back.
All right.
All right.
All right. I can plug a class too when you need a minute.
So, welcome back, everybody. We are going to get started in just a minute while our dearest Eeks makes a little bit of coffee. But as a reminder, this is part of the Muse's Give Local 757 fundraiser drive. So be sure to donate at the-muse.org or on the Give Local 757 website. Our goal for the immediate future is to get to 500 donors. We are currently, I believe, only 14 or possibly fewer away. And if we get to 500 individual donors, we will have Michael Candelwall himself come on as AI Michael at 11 o'clock. That's me. But thank you so much to everyone, the hundreds of you who have donated so far. Your contribution really makes a difference and helps us continue to do the work we do here. Even if sometimes that work is talking about mashed potatoes and space aliens. You know
That's
what?
right.
It's good work.
See how fun the literary arts can be? This is storytelling. This is amazing stuff. And,
It's true, though.
It's really an amazing thing that Gabriel does. And you can talk. You want to plug yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I have a class at the Muse coming up. So this game we're playing, it's a one-page role-playing game. There's many out there where people literally put the whole rules for the game and the whole concept on a single page.
Which is very different from what we typically
Yes.
think of when we think of tabletop role-playing games.
It's not a big old hardcover book. Those are fun too. But in July, I'm doing a 4-session class on making one-page story games. So kind of like this, where the rules are very minimal. You might just roll some dice. But it's mostly about picking your theme and making up just, especially a funny theme. There's games out there called like Honey Heist as a famous one, where you play as bears, but you're trying to do an elaborate heist. Or something like, you might just do a funny genre mashup. There's one called Pride and Extreme Prejudice, where you're Jane Austen, but mechs. It can be really ridiculous. It can be whatever genre you want, but we're going to have fun with it and like show you how to put together some basic rules and even publish that stuff if you want, so you can introduce that to other friends. You don't have to know anything about role-playing games to jump in and goof around like you see us doing.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the game that you are currently a writer for that is currently on Kickstarter?
Yeah, sure, yeah. There is a game I'm a guest writer for, I'm really excited about, called Bridalwood Bay, that's on Kickstarter right now, if you look that up. It is a game of a cozy murder mystery game where you play as elderly ladies solving murder mysteries in your quiet town and then uncovering this cult conspiracy under the surface. It's Murder, She Wrote meets Lovecraft, basically.
Meets Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
You know?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good times, just being a lady with cozy old lady habits.
Yeah.
But then also, you know,
Solving crime.
Sounds amazing. On the lanai.
on the what?
The lanai, right?
Is that...
That's the back porch that the Golden Girls.
Got it, see?
sorry,
Sentences as well as I should.
Yeah, I'm not good on my Golden Girls references.
Yeah, but I'll share that more. I talk about game stuff on Twitter mostly at Troll Hands because I got long gangly hands, I guess. This is a joke, but yeah, there's a lot of fun game stuff out there. Go and explore. But that's one thing we'll be doing at the Muse in person. Actually, we might try and do a hybrid class for it.
Yeah.
But July 9th through 30th.
Cool.
you can sign up, check it out.
Highly
Awesome.
recommend.
Do it.
I've taken one of Gabriel's classes and it was wonderful. Got me completely into role-playing,
Yeah.
actually. Also, quick plug, we are currently now only 9 donors away from our goal of 500 to get AI Michael on board here.
You people really want to see AI Michael.
I think
Yeah.
we all want to see AI Michael.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's very similar to regular Michael,
Yeah.
but different.
I should ask whether or not he can just go home and get that purple leisure suit right now.
Yeah.
He's got half an hour.
Quick.
He's busy. He's talking to people about.
He might have it
donating.
in the.
He might have
in the
it.
closet.
I mean, we'll cross that. We'll cross that bridge
Yeah, sure.
Because it's
when we come to
Yeah.
Okay.
We can always just have him speak from off screen, and you have to visualize the
That's true.
AI.
Or we could get a picture of him
I
and
think we
screen
should
share
keep
it.
the cameras at the same angle and have him stand next to us.
Yeah, good
He's
call.
Michael's very tall in real life.
He has a very towering presence. All right.
Anyway,
One-
okay.
Back to the game.
One
Sorry.
more quick reminder: if anyone has prompts, we're making this up as we go. If you want to shout at us on Facebook or on, that's where the stream is. What's a weird sci-fi event that might show up in the game? We still have another
Yeah,
hour.
there's several of you watching on Facebook Live
Yeah.
right now. So, even if there's like, I don't know, a food or beverage that you'd like to see appear, or
Be one-word
it could be a quote that you think could work its
Yeah.
way into the game. Really, anything that you say, we're going to try to find a way to incorporate it. And if you have donated and you let us know that you donated, and then you share
We're just
something,
gonna say
we're definitely
that it's
putting it in
canon.
there.
It happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, we'll figure it out.
Barring anything that goes against our
Keep
safety
it
tools.
kosher,
Yeah, of
everybody.
course, of course.
Oh my gosh, Blaine Martin just
Ooh.
donated. Jeff Vine, Virginia Tum.
Got some
A lot
friends
of
from-
folks. Maybe some.
Kelly.
Wow, that's amazing.
Look at this.
That's
Kellys are
great.
coming out in force.
Good to see.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone.
We're kind of scrolling through the donation list to see if anyone's left comments on what they'd like to see included in the game, and so far I don't think so, but people have left some really lovely notes, and also just even for those donating anonymously, it's really appreciate it.
We thank you so much.
Thank you. Also, really appreciate all the right puns in these donation notes. Keep them up. Good work.
Oh yeah.
Best pun gets a fist bump from the Muse staff.
There we go. Come and collect it in person.
And maybe even some finger guns if it's particularly bad. All right, to the game.
All right. Commercial break-ins. We jump back in. The screen zooms in on. Actually, are you all together yet, or is FM still?
I think
What was happening? That's right. You're trying to
Yeah, we're
scan.
together because
Yeah.
I was trying to do a quick bio scan before the proverbial SHI hits the fan.
I see what she did there. And I think I am still up in the bridge. Jane's just kind of tooling around, piloting-ish.
Yeah. We can do this scan. I'm looking at some other random prompt ideas here. We haven't seen what Jane's doing for a second. So you're on the bridge. You feel the thump as the ship lands. I don't know what you think about the ship just landing here to take samples and scan when there's that dreadnought there. Clearly, you had that creepy transmission.
I made an announcement.
Yeah.
And then got caught in conversation about whether mashed potatoes on the marsh potato is a crime against, human and alien kind. But I think I'm gonna run. Well, I guess I'll run and find the others. And because no one answered my transmission, so I think I'm going to go physically find them, find Eeks and FM, and see if they want to stay here, or if we should maybe do something to prevent the imminent rip in the fabric of reality. So, where are y'all?
Let's say that they're near. Let's make up the ship layout real quick.
Cool,
There's
yeah.
wherever the ramp. Again, I don't watch enough sci-fi to know, but wherever the ramp folds down, where you would walk down onto the asteroid.
So, like, where is
I don't think you're a very large ship, right?
No, I don't think so. Pretty small and
You run up
spread,
and
like-
you see Eeks holding the scanner. Or I think you see that. Maybe they're trying to keep that
Tail
between
end
them,
of
but you
it,
see
yeah.
that kind of finishing up.
Yeah.
And you're all here.
All right. Eeks, Smarty Pants. Hey, so we're on an asteroid. What's that? Oh, never mind. You're like looking at your little note thing. Okay, so we're on the asteroid, but there's also the whole, like, do you remember that one time that Captain Darcy said that thing about the zombies and the ripping the fabric of reality? Should we, like, check that out? Because I can fly us over there. We can, like, shoot some stuff at them. Or, like, we're pretty small. We could just, like, glom on and board. I mean, maybe we should do that and then get back to samples? Because if we do samples first, then the whole universe might not exist, and then it won't really matter. But we could save the universe and then do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Preserving the sanctity of the universe for as long as is humanly or non-humanly possible seems quite important. So I say we follow Jane's lead, being that we don't have a captain to follow.
I love when people leave me in charge.
Let's cut
Smart.
forward.
Is that good?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Cool.
Cut forward. You're all in the. Is this like a little not surveillance, like scouting pod thing that takes off from the ship?
Yeah. Should we
Like
call it
this
like the spud?
The spud. Yeah. It's like the little baby
Spud
spud.
nut.
Yeah.
Spudnik.
And I mean, you're the pilot, the hotshot pilot, actually.
Oh yeah. So can I like deftly maneuver us onto?
Oh yeah, can you give us a hotshot pilot montage, please?
Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to try and deftly maneuver us onto the dreadnought, where I think we could see the lights of where it's possibly occupied, but maybe
Yeah.
sneak onto an unguarded access point.
Oh, absolutely.
A trash chute, perhaps, or something.
Absolutely.
That's never been done before.
Yeah. Well. Well, yeah, any and all trips are encouraged. That's how it works.
Excellent.
By the way, if someone wants to help somehow, we haven't done that yet, but you can help someone else as a role if there's a way you describe how you're helping, and do that as well. But let's do the roll for Jane. So clearly this is your thing. Sounds like 3 dice, right?
Yeah.
And
Roll one really large one. Well, one normal sized for reference, and
Oh,
two
fun.
very tiny teeth dice.
And you're doing. Well, you can make a case for whatever. Because you're a hot shot, but you're stronger with feelings.
Feelings.
Do you just like fly by intuition?
Literally, like,
Is that
well,
how
not
it
quite
works?
literally, but pretty much the seat of my pants. Like, just
Yeah.
vibes alone.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if that's my style, can we call it feelings?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Watch me get all ones now.
I think this. Yeah, we'll get to the montage. I have thoughts on what that looks like
We'll
too.
see how this goes. Okay, got a 6 and 2 2s. 2's my number, though.
You rolled your number exactly, so you have laser feelings.
Laser
You
feelings.
get a special insight. You can ask a question that I'll have to come up with an answer to, but it's not below. Let's do the montage and kind of build on that. I think this
Okay.
is totally that thing where you have the android being like, the odds of making it through this asteroid field, and you're like, no, it's fine.
Cool.
You guys, what does it look like? As Jane is.
I am like stepping on it. Like I'm very deftly maneuvering us, but I am going like really, really fast. Yeah. No, so I'm just zooming.
Mashed potato, Sputnik.
Yeah, alright, so I'm just zooming the three of us along in essentially a little purple tin can that has just kind of blooped out from the main mashed potato mothership. So I'm just gonna kind of zoom us over as fast as I can. I don't know if anyone's like shouting odds or watch out or anything, but that's what I'm up to. That's my page.
So I think so. You do get some insight, but before that, none of you technically did not succeed yet. Like this is one of those weird things because none of the dice rolled under. I'm just checking on that. It's not the same as
Well, if we're using feelings, don't I want to roll over?
Was it over? Oh, you're right. Wait. Oh yeah, you got one over. I was doing that wrong.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Okay. Oh, never mind. You do succeed.
Pilot.
Perfect.
Cool.
You succeed. You barely manage it. There's a complication. Yeah, you said you're looking for like a garbage chute or something. I think, you see the mashed potato, the bulk of the mashed potato fade out in the back mirror that ships have, on the asteroid behind you. You kind of drift around. Let's assume this little ship has some kind of cloaking device too, because that's what you do. And you see you can tell the ship hasn't moved for a long time. There's like the garbage chute here. There's just like this pile of refuse that's kind of just like drifting around it. I think it's actually The complication is that the garbage chute is clogged with debris somehow. So you
great.
barely. Do you just kind of ram? What does this look like? Do you ram through this blockage of like old metal and I don't know what space debris would be?
Oh well. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I guess if we're trying to get into the garbage chute, yeah, maybe
You do
kind
succeed.
of like.
It's just like barely.
Maybe I am going fast enough. All right, science people, don't come for me. I am a writer who's done no research.
Same.
Usually I spend 3 hours researching this
I
before
think
writing it down. But
we should have said that as a disclaimer. At
oh,
the
disclaimer:
beginning
none of
I
this
mean,
is science. We're in a ship called the Marsh Potato. Okay,
This
none of
actually
this is
isn't
research.
real. This is actually fiction.
Believe it or not,
No.
if you're not currently okay. Well, I think I'm coming in quite literally hot enough, and perhaps because the cloaks are on, this little like thing is kind of overheating anyway because I was going really fast and have the cloaks on. But I think I'm coming in hot enough that if I hit the right angle at the big piece of metal or whatever that's blocking it, it'll actually kind of like sear a way through or like heat it up at
Yeah.
the right point where it breaks apart so we go in.
Yeah.
precisely.
Cool.
The complication I think is just that like getting the ship out might be tricky. You might be kind of like wedged in there. Something might have broken. You don't know the condition until you try to leave,
Cool.
basically.
Okay.
But you land. There's like
you're in
some
there.
beeps, some
There's a
flashing
little bit
lights.
of scraping metal and metal
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. But I mean, you got it. You made it.
Do I ask a question?
Oh yeah, right. And you get some insight. I
Laser
think.
feelings. Because I rolled my number.
Yeah. When you rolled it twice, so.
I rolled it twice. Do I ask two
If
questions?
we can back and forth figure out what let's see to set the scene here. I think maybe this is also like as you break through that barrier, you see you can tell that the ship is like clearly wrecked, like it's been sitting here for a long time. There's just like actually to the group, maybe this will set this scene a little better, and then you can think of what you want to ask. To anyone, how can you tell the ship has been just like drifting here for a long time? It's in decay, it's in ruin. As you either look through your windshield or scanners or whatever, how can you tell that?
Smart people?
Yeah. It's called painting the scene.
How can we tell that the other ship is in disarray?
Yeah, this
Dreadnought.
massive dreadnought. you
That the stuff that we saw before, the green lichen stuff, is kind of growing out of the back of the ship, like maybe in some sort of area where there would be like a place for airflow. The air that's coming out is clearly like moss or lichen growth.
It's like for the whole trip, even through all the action stuff, I've been kind of like away from everyone, like just staring out the window, lost in thought for the entire time. But then once the green moss was brought up, I kind of like turned. It was like, and I got really interested. And I wanted to like get out of the ship. And I started trying to get out of the ship
Yeah.
so I could gather up that
Yeah.
moss.
Yeah.
Are we already out of the ship? I'm sorry.
We're in an escape pod in the trash chute of the other ship.
Okay, I want to get out of the escape pod
Yeah.
Right.
and grab up all that stuff.
Before we do that, I have some thoughts of random stuff that's here that you might just pick up on, unless you had other like questions you want to throw out there to.
Can I like save a question or do I have to ask
Yeah,
it
no,
now?
sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I think maybe one suggestion is that you notice some sort of anomaly here beyond that, something else about that stuff. Maybe you just
Oh,
pick
okay.
up on it if that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think the suits you have some readout on your inside of your helmet or some scanning type of technology?
I feel like theirs would. Unless we all have the same suit.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if you have
Well, I don't need to
special
wear a suit,
scientists.
right?
Yeah, you just are scanning technology.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all have special smart science people suits and stuff.
You have a 20-sided dice, right?
I have
Could
so
you
many.
roll that twice? I don't know what these are going to be. If it doesn't make sense, we'll redo it.
Alright. We've got an 11 and a 14.
Okay, let's see.
I did not roll my giant.
Roll one more because the other one doesn't
I'm gonna roll
quite
my
make
giant
sense.
D20.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Excellent. Oh, solid 2.
Okay. You notice, so I think we said there's like this green substance. It's like a plant-like thing, maybe. I think you see that there's a big section of like the wall of the ship that's just like broken up, and you can see like stars, the void beyond it, and you see that the lichen, the green substance, has kind of exploded around it, or like built up around it, like explosion of plant growth. There's like condensation. There's a lot of moisture. It looks like almost like ice, and you see like some active like swirling pieces like coming in, like the cold coming in and forming ice. There's actually like active hail coming into a section of the ship somehow.
So it's like its own little atmospheric cell.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
a miniature, like localized weird weather anomaly, and
In space.
in space, and somehow someone in the crew's scanners pick up that area allows in no oxygen. Again, I don't know if that makes sense science-wise, but it's
Sci-fi-wise.
Sci-fi-wise.
So it doesn't let any oxygen in or out?
Or maybe it's sucking out oxygen because there's like a break in the hole.
Yeah, because it would naturally
Yeah.
know that much about space.
Yeah. Maybe you're like, okay, there's hail, that's dangerous over there more than the rest of it somehow.
Yeah. Well, there's something weird going on if it's able to condense water
Sure.
in space with no atmosphere. Does it, can I tell, this could be maybe one of the laser feelings, does it look as though the lichen was growing from the outside of the ship in and ate its way through that way, or like vice versa, or some other
Sure.
form of like how it, was it internal or external?
Maybe let's roll and have FM help, because he's getting ready to go out and like take samples and explore.
Oh, so it's not a laser feelings question? I can roll too. I'm not gonna know.
I think it's more interesting to have that
it's
tell
more
us,
interesting.
because I don't have anything planned on that either way.
Cool. What am I rolling?
So you're trying to say that last part again?
Does it look as though it's the green has come from like the outside of the ship
Inward,
or from the inside and it's growing out?
Oh, yeah.
Like, does it look like it busted a hole from the inside,
sure.
or did something hit it?
My original thought
Yeah.
of when I said that was that it was growing out of the air vents.
Yeah, we don't have to work
from
with that.
within.
Yeah, I think it
If
looks
that's
like
okay.
it's infected the ship. Maybe that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It could be either way. I don't know. Maybe you could, if anyone
Like
wants to
there's some
study
sort of-
it further, you could do that to figure it out.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a
and so-
doctor.
A doctor.
I want to know
to-
if it's alive.
yeah, let's do
If it
some
has
rolls.
if it has a,
Is it alive?
if
It's
it
alive.
has a family.
Hey, quick announcement! We just hit 501 donors. Go team!
We're also at
3,000.
Oh yeah, we're
gosh.
really pushing. We're very close.
Go team! All right, so
Yeah.
at 11 p.m., AI Michael's gonna join us briefly in our role-playing game, and
That's right.
then we're going till midnight.
Yep.
Keep
And
it coming, folks.
I will go ahead and volunteer as tribute at 10:55 to just go and let him know.
can
To
message
be. Oh yeah, good call.
We have technology. He's in the same building as
right.
us. I will still text him. Okay, sorry. Anyway, exciting announcement. Back to
Nice.
strange alien lichen.
Also,
Let's-
83% to goal is something to just like
yeah.
do a little bit of
Yeah.
a happy dance about. I mean, our that goal was a hardy one
Really,
to
yeah.
set. So
We're reaching for the
yeah,
stars.
that's pretty
I've
amazing.
been at it all day, and people have been
That's amazing.
supporting all day. Yeah.
501 donors.
Yeah.
502 donors.
Hey.
It's got a $100 donation. Thank you,
Wow, nice.
everybody. Just make sure no one's suggested. Oh, Yaira, thank you, Yaira. This is one of
Aw.
our team fellows.
Yaira.
The music is awesome. Agreed. Biased agreement from me over
Yaira
here.
was one of our teen fellows last year, and
Yeah.
Yaira also is my wife's student at Green Run High School.
Yeah.
Choir, she was just in Suzuko the Musical. I saw her
Oh, that's
perform.
fantastic.
Yaira, if you're watching, we are big fans.
Yeah,
Thank
she was
you.
very
You
good.
rock. Okay, back in game.
Yeah, sure. So maybe FM was going out there to study, make some sort of scan or something.
While the scientists and
Yeah.
doctors are sciencing and doctoring, I'm gonna maybe like have a weapon slightly drawn and just kind of
Sure.
scanning for any movement or threats.
Yeah.
And-
And you all have that variable beam phase pistol
That's what it
usually
is, yeah.
set to stun. Yeah, you all have the standard gear that you would have in space stories like this. Who wants to study these things first? We'll have you kind of roll something and see.
I will.
Go for it. So Eeks, yeah, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to do some sort of a quick biometrics sample on the lichen. Do a sort of scrape into a test tube, and then like extract from the vial, and yeah. I realize I'm not the scientist here, but
I'm sorry, I was lost.
But you're a
no,
doctor.
but perhaps the scientist could help me. Is a help roll a thing?
There's a thing.
Yeah. Hey. FM. Hey is what they say, right?
Sorry.
What the kids say.
I was lost in thought again.
Would you mind helping me take a look at this lichen
Absolutely.
substance? So yeah.
So I think this seems like extra steps to me, but the person helping rolls first, and if you succeed, the person you're helping gets to get an extra dice when they roll. So
So I just roll one dice. One die.
We'll do the full thing for FM. So you are you're a scientist. This is the thing you're good at. Probably prepared for, right? Taking samples. So you roll 3 dice, and you're using lasers. Sounds like. So you'd want to roll under your number.
Under your
Under your number, unless there's a reason that this would be with feelings. If you're really passionate, a family thing could be.
I think I made that pretty clear.
You're like, could this be my family? Okay.
Right. It's really clouding my judgment.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Which is also another thing that makes me think that maybe maybe I do have a family.
Yeah. Maybe we all have a family.
So let's see. What should I roll?
So 3 dice, and then if it's feelings, then you're trying to roll over your number.
All right. My numbers are 2.
Maybe the Museathon
Yep.
2000 was the one along the way.
Wow.
Yep. What'd you get?
14.
Well, what are all the individual numbers?
5, 5, and 4.
Oh yeah, so they are all over. So you succeed. You get critical success.
Hey.
How I think because this is like driven by feelings and this like, could this be my family? How is this unusual or different than the way you normally gather samples? This sounds like very out of character for the android.
Well, basically, it's just like I like. Usually, I only look at the data, okay, and I like look it up, and I'm like, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But this time, when I started analyzing, I had flashes in my mind, and they were pictures. So I saw like people like that look like me, other androids sitting around a Thanksgiving dinner, and we were like passing the turkey and the stuffing, and I was like, we were laughing and things, and like I really think it.
FM.
And then I realized, and it just was like I just know that there's more of this lichen out there, and this isn't just it, and it's actually left behind, actually from. Well, I guess you're the storyteller. But
No, but that's very loose. No, yeah.
And it's actually not something that's growing, but something that was actually like residue or left from another race that we don't know of yet.
And it's just settled on this ship?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think, and the thing with the critical success, you know that I think you're getting like sensations that the android normally wouldn't. You're almost getting these like you're having visualizations. You maybe this is like you experiencing emotions in this weird way. You feel this like kinship. You feel these organisms like speaking to you and saying something like, "We've been waiting so long. Welcome back. Are you here to help us?" Oh, there's the AIs in the background.
Yeah.
I think you get images of. Let's have you make that up. Actually, maybe you get a image of some of the beings almost like scattering something here, like they were scattering seeds or I don't know what. But it's just like a blurry shape.
Right.
What's the shape, do you think, of these beings?
Well, the shape is more kind of like blurry, but it's more like my shape, which is more like a human-looking android, which is what I am.
Sure.
But I do have like like straight features
Mm-hmm.
that are just very flat. So it's like I look kind of like Iron Man with feelings, kind of.
Yeah, that's cool.
Iron Man with feelings.
But in my head, I see all of these people, but there's like little baby ones and like and like there's families that are like kind of like. But it's really weird because it's kind of like they're hovering around the ship. They're not really there, but for some reason their presence overtook it somehow, and I can't tell for sure if it's on purpose or they're being like drawn into it somehow. So there's a sense of danger too in my it's not necessarily you know.
I think the sort of last you're almost getting these like after images. It's almost like you're seeing ghosts, but you're an android. You're seeing like these like recordings, and they're it looks like they're somehow packing pods together, and the pods are levitating and you know leaving the ship, and you see the last few group of these are maybe they're spraying, they're cleaning stuff, and then some of them take out some vessel and are scattering maybe seeds or whatever this plant matter is, kind of looking around, you know, one last glance at the ship, and then they leave. You get the sense that they were having to abandon the ship and maybe hoping that something else would come of this. That's what you get so far.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's starting to become clearer to me.
Yeah, some pictures emerging, I think, for FM.
And then right when oh, never mind.
Yeah, sorry, we'll come, yeah, but no, that's the same thing. While FM's doing that, Eeks has been studying stuff as well, or no? I can't remember what you were doing. He was helping you. That's
he
right.
was helping.
Yeah, sorry.
So look that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
But what was the question you were gonna research?
I was researching that
Like
stuff.
about the stuff?
That, yeah, he just got the answer.
Well, you know what? You can build on it. I think
Okay.
he got that in his own way. Maybe that wasn't all visible to you.
Sure.
Maybe again, he's been like off in these philosophical tangents, and
I was
like,
going to put it in a test tube and then
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a biometric
yes,
prick of it into my private medical data system.
sure, yeah. Let's do that roll, and then
And I've already started writing my diary off to the side.
he goes off and just starts writing. Yeah,
Scribble.
I mean,
love that
there's-
the Android has a like physical diary.
Yeah.
Not just like a internal log.
it's a very human, tactile
It's really
thing.
cute.
I also, do you think, is this a good goal for us
Yeah.
to have at this moment, just to
Yes.
add? Okay,
Okay.
so by
Out of game.
Yeah, out of game. By the end of this game, which ends at 11:30, we would love to reach $35,000, and we're really not that far from that. We are at 33,246. So it's less than a couple $1,000s away, and I think we can absolutely get there in 32 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
Muse folks have been coming out strong. We actually had a donation in between you starting that sentence and finishing it. So.
yeah. So
fast.
we're just gonna make one more ask to you. If you are someone who is watching, who's already been so kind as to donate, think of that one person who stays up late, that you know cares about things like the arts and specifically literary arts education. Think about that person who took a Muse class and told you how much they enjoyed it. Write to them. This would be just a great moment to reach out to a few more people. If you've noticed that I've been on my phone a lot during this stream, it's because I've been continuing to just send out messages on Messenger and on Facebook and on Twitter. So if you would be so kind as to help in that final push, we really want to get to $40,000, and we're so freaking close. So with your help, we can get very close, or we can reach that goal.
What happens at 40,000 again?
$20,000 extra dollars.
Yeah.
So we hit 40,000 and then
It's
immediately
actually
took up to
60.
60.
Yeah.
Got a matching donor, which is really generous.
Yep. So thank you. And you can give by going to the-muse.org. And the info is just scrolling for you ever so pleasantly at the bottom of the screen. Also, if you are hearing my voice right now, please like, comment, interact with this post.
Share.
We haven't gotten any comments from you all
that we
wait. There is one.
Oh yeah. Hey Sean.
Sean,
you
what's
go to
that?
comments?
What's that comment?
What's the random
What's
extra
that?
thing?
There's a comment.
There is a comment. Where's your cursor? Sean is a man of many screens right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Blaine Martin. Oh, and Blaine donated. Thank you so much, Blaine. Oh my gosh, our AI has arrived.
Hi, Michael.
Oh my gosh.
Should I grab a chair or something?
Yeah, maybe grab a chair and come over and sit with Gabriel.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah.
best.
And we'll angle the camera up.
So I feel
The
like
bumping is just space.
Gabriel, I feel like this is a moment to cut back to the ship itself, and maybe we can figure out what our AI is doing.
Yeah.
We also have
you see me?
communicators, so while they're analyzing this
Can you
stuff.
hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
a
our-
boat.
Hey,
Welcome to me being boat.
excellent.
You're actually you're like a holographic
Yeah.
AI.
That's true, because I'm still Facebook messaging people.
Oh right, sure, yes, that too.
It's actually, if you're out there in the land of games, Facebook messages actually do work. Like, I've been like sending people messages and they're all donating.
Those red
Yeah.
receipts.
No, same with me as well. Okay.
So all you need to know, so you're the ship's AI.
All you need is love.
Okay, you are the ship's AI.
Okay, yes. Okay. Oh, like that. Did you guys see that show? Stephanie, are you still here? No.
Quantum Leap?
It takes place recently. I think it was on Netflix or Amazon, and there was a captain, and they were going to like figure out something in space, and she had a cool AI, and they had to reset him at one point, and was a real guy. It was a really good show. I wish I could remember what the show was called.
That's all right. This is our
We got last year. There was a
This is our
spacey
own show.
The lady who played Starbuck on the new Battlestar Galactica was the captain of this ship on this show. So if you want to look that up, someone in the Ethernet.
Well, this is a brand new space show that we've been writing over the last.
So mine is coming to life now as the AI.
You are coming back, so this is a research vessel, but the thing is, a lot of the AI runs on autopilot. It just kind of gets distracted. It gets occupied with gathering samples, learning about strange things, and it's been very casual about the fact that this was all randomized. Cyber zombies have corrupted a star dreadnought, and that will rip a hole in reality if that is not stopped. That is what you picked up, and then things started to go haywire and you faded out.
I faded out.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing.
You faded out like in the middle of telling us some stuff about
Some
the
valuable-
samples that you found.
Yeah, I had to reboot. That's the problem. Is I went back
Yeah.
to a saved point, and I don't remember any of this.
Right.
And by the time we've woken up, I think the three of us are off the ship.
They're on the
dreadnought.
asteroid on the dreadnought itself.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
do very
That's
peculiar
right.
things too.
So you kind of have a opportunity to save the day a little.
Nice. So
Yeah.
you guys are on the dreadnought.
Yeah,
Why
so
did
you
you
just-
go there? I have a nice ship right here.
There's the whole tearing of fabric and tearing a hole in the fabric.
Didn't seem to bother you.
But that only affects biological life forms.
Does it?
Well, it's
All
not
of
affecting-
reality.
No, because my brain is I'm a quantum computer, so I exist in
quantum.
many dimensions.
Oh, that's why he's always distracted.
So what new insight, like you come back online and the crew hears you say like, ahoy, and you have some new thing.
I think they
Picked
should
up-
be lost in conversation with their private medical database.
Oh, perfect,
And
yeah.
I'm the only one who
And
knows
Jane
nothing
hears
about
the
anything.
thing.
I'm the hotshot pilot, Jane.
Okay.
I know nothing about science. Throw all the terms. So I've been
You
kind
pick
of.
up something that Jane should be on the lookout for that you weren't aware of before on the ship.
On the dreadnought.
Could be good or bad. Something helpful.
Jane, there's pie in the refrigerator.
Oh, Michael! Hey, how's it going back on the mashed potato?
That's the name of the ship.
It's great. I made a pie.
Oh,
Are you the only one here to eat the pie?
Oh wait, there's pie on the mashed potato, or there's pie on the dreadnought.
The mashed potato. Is
mashed
that where I am?
potato.
Isn't that
yeah, you are
Yeah, I
the
thought-
mashed potatoes AI.
But
Yeah.
but Michael's discovered something that's on the Dreadnought.
I'm
that we should
interpret
look
this
out
that
for?
you've picked up
Okay.
through. You've actually gotten around to scanning the Dreadnought. You were pretty casual, like, yeah, it's there.
I like the
We're
idea
gonna-
that you notice something, but then
Yeah.
instead choose to tell us that you've made a pie.
Let's say you made a pie where you scanned their stores and you realized for some reason they have this like massive supply of pie.
Pie making materials.
Maybe that's how they stored their food.
On the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because some cultures just eat all their food into little pies. Yeah. And you have to respect that. It's a little different.
Y'all, Michael said there's pie on this ship. Forget the zombies.
It's in cargo hold 7.
Will that manage to keep us from the tear in the fabric of reality?
Who cares? It's pie. Let's go. I'm gonna run out. Just not even looking. I'm just gonna run straight towards where I think cargo hold 7 might be.
Yeah. I think it's like a massive, long, stretching corridor that's just
Cool.
like endless open bay at this level, and you're looking. Yeah, you recognize the numerals of.
I'm just gonna be like
turned-
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
turn to FM and I say, I have seen the way in which humans tend to gravitate emotionally suddenly to sweet things. And I fear that this is some sort of an impulse, and perhaps Michael's wiring has gone askew, but Jane seems to be acting quite as a typical humanoid in this instance. Do you have any insight with your android mind as to what we should do? Should we seek pie, or should we stay, or should we find our way back to the ship?
Androids?
Alien
Alien.
android.
Alien
What kind of
android.
alien are they?
I don't think we really established.
A
doctor.
Oh, doctor.
There's something
android
crustaceans
scientist.
at some point.
I really can't answer that question for you, but I will say that the best pie, and I have no idea, I've never eaten pie, but I think the best pie is the pie made by your mother.
Oh gosh.
Not your mother, but
Was
One's
that-
mother. That's
Was that, are you,
Mother's pie.
was that, and Eeks reaches out to FM's eye, where a little silver tear is falling
Some
down its
A little bit
cheek.
of grease.
fluid or whatever?
You
and then over the loudspeaker. Well, we gotta tell Michael what he does for me every time.
oh yeah, oh right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He plays music. Although I don't know if he's as tuned in. That's when you're on the
Yeah.
sound
Oh,
show.
right,
But
right.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I would just like to breathlessly shout, even like unnecessarily because it's attached to my suit, but shout into my little communication device, like, "Hey, Michael! Hey, can you tell what type of pie they have?"
Chocolate pecan.
Oh my gosh, the cyber zombies are living large. That's my favorite type.
I fear they're all getting very distracted, and you also appear very emotional at this moment. I kind of have a sense that perhaps I am the only one who can save this reality from the tear that will surely bring the
Oh no,
multiverse to
someone's
pieces.
deactivating me. I can feel it in my wiring. Someone's deactivating me. Oh no! Ah!
Thanks, well done.
Oh no!
Oh, nice.
All right.
Wait, you didn't say if there were any other types of pie. Michael? Michael?
And it goes silent in your ear.
Smarty pants.
Can I say that Eeks believes that the pie thing was not Michael being Michael, but was Michael's programming going all sideways, and that it was a way to, it was a distraction. So, yeah, I
Distraction from something else, or like
Yeah.
something else doing that.
I think I'd like if
Yeah.
if Jane has run off to the kitchens and the food stores, I think I'm
Store
going
seven.
to try to run to the like.
Because I'm already like broken down and cried, and I'm on the floor in a fetal position, sucking my
Oh
thumb.
my god.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, I
help
think-
right now.
I think I'm actually gonna lovingly slap FM and say, take it to the bridge.
Oh, there's up together.
And Eeks, what are you doing something else? Are you just trying to keep it together on that end?
No, I'm trying to go to the bridge to like
To go back to the ship.
F some
Oh, to go to the
stuff
Dreadnought Bridge.
up. Yes, the Dreadnought Bridge.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is probably a thing to navigate because this is a weird, vast, strange ship. Maybe we'll
Sure.
do rolls for both of you
Yeah.
to see how that goes. You tell me if there's things that would help you do that
Could
better.
I roll this time? Because I didn't get to roll.
Yes.
the
Yep.
We're going in separate
investigation.
directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, using lasers or feelings, you think? Probably lasers?
Oh, this is definitely
'Cause you're
lasers.
navigating and
Yep.
stuff.
And this would be feelings for me because I'm running towards pie. So what I think is pie.
Sure. Well, let's do hers first so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get mixed up. This is a thing you're good at, right? Probably analyzing things. Yeah.
Analyzing, yeah.
Yeah. As as a doctor. I don't think it's a thing you're prepared for particularly. You're on an alien
Nope.
ship, as far as you know. So 2 dice, and you're trying to roll under lasers. I still haven't got the 2 things right.
I'm glad the graphic has it.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Under,
Both
right?
are under.
Yeah,
Mhm.
both are under.
So you did it well. Good job. It says, because we're making up the architecture of this too. What's the big obvious, like, here's where the bridge is? Is there like an elevator? Is there like...
I'm thinking the ship has like Escher style, like staircases
Yeah, yeah.
that like interlock and go different ways and look like they're going up, but actually they're going down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking the bridge is like a floating disc that's kind of like in between several of the staircases.
Cool.
So like when I see the floating disc, that maybe it's the same color as the weird green moss
Moss material, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, you make it to the bridge, and I think as do you step on this disc to, like, I think it rises up to whatever that level is. It's like a elevating disc thing.
Yeah.
So you step on it, there's like a bit of a stuck for a second, a bit of a tear, some of that substance comes off. There's almost like a metallic glitter in the air, it's like just little flecks of the lichen are torn off, and you start to rise upward with this like quiet hum as things are activated. Meanwhile, Jane is looking for section 7.
Cargo hold
Cargo
7, where I have
It's
been
apparently
led
full
to
of pie.
believe there is pie. I don't know if there actually is pie or not.
Oh, something.
Gosh, okay.
It sounded like feelings because
Well,
you just took off, or is
I'm
it
definitely
not?
following my feelings, but I don't know if this is a laser's task. What do you think?
I think it's however you're using it. Yeah, make a case for it. I mean, I think it's also navigating.
That's true.
I don't know.
I think this is funnier if it goes wrong.
Sure.
So maybe call it lasers,
Sure.
but I am using my feelings to try and get there.
Sure. Yeah. Well, it seems to fit like your approach to things as
Yeah.
a pilot, so that would give you the dice. Sure.
Alright. Alright, so
Hotshot approach.
just one die.
Yeah, you get one for trying the thing, and then you add one if you have
Am I an
anything.
expert? I don't think so.
Okay.
Not for like internal architecture. We're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
Alright. A 3!
So you're trying to roll
I'm trying to roll under 2.
under 2. Okay.
I was unsuccessful.
Does not succeed. So I think we just made it that there are numbers, or you get a sense of like this seems to be the numerals, and you're counting. It seems like number 7, and each door is like impossibly tall, like for no reason. Like it's like many stories high. It's just like this vast
It's
scale.
like Michael was here.
It's really tall.
No, but like these are like 2-story tall, like
Oh.
like doors, just for no reason, like vast doors. And as you approach, the problem is you see a pile of figures on the ground in front of the doors, and they're very slowly moving. They're clawing at the door, trying to get
I got
in.
my what do I have?
You got
my
equipment?
variable beam phase pistol
Yep.
set to stun.
Yep, usually.
Out.
All right. Yeah.
Who knows? What do I do now?
They look. I think it said cyber zombies.
We have 3 people watching right now, so if there are any things that were asked,
Jump in with
Throw us a
descriptions.
suggestion.
yeah, we would love for your suggestions on what it is that Jane is about to see.
I believe they are cyber zombies. If you would like to
There's-
almost determine
yeah.
the nature.
Yeah, tell us more about the cyber zombies. Like, what do they look like? What are they dressed like? How do they do their hair? Are they drooling? Do they have fangs? You know.
I think think the weird thing is some of them are in like spacesuits that are like torn, and some are not, and they're just kind of husks. Like maybe they didn't all get into their suits before whatever turned them into this.
So I'm gonna like have my gun
Yeah.
phaser thing pointed at them, but not shoot. I'm gonna start up and say, "Hey, do y'all know where cargo hold 7 is? I've heard there was chocolate pecan pie on board somewhere. Do you know where that would be?"
Gosh, these humans and their emotional eating.
You're gonna like hear all of this through the Sue's comms here.
Oh yeah. Like who's she talking to? I think they some of them stirred the sound of your voice, and I did this bit randomly. They're 100% zombified. They seem to register your sound and movement and start to kind of crawl towards you. I think with the weird S-shaped designs of the ship, maybe there's even like this door is set in, so there's a bit of walls. So some of them are oddly like climbing along the wall towards you. Some creepy like angles.
It is definitely like that bit in Labyrinth where where Toby is just kind of crawling around in all the different staircases.
Yeah.
But they're clumsy. They look like they're kind of withered. They've maybe been trying to break into the store for a while. There's claw marks on it, but they are.
Is it? Can I tell whether or not the door in question is cargo hold 7, or I'm not sure?
Let's say it's 7. Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's dramatic.
Excellent.
And 2 people watching online, what do the zombies say? The space zombies say that isn't brains. What is it that? What is the one word
Sure.
that they utter instead?
If someone tells us a thing, then they will suddenly speak.
Right.
While that's happening, what is Jane up to? And then we're gonna. Sorry, FM is kind of curled up. Eeks was trying to like say like get with it, snap out of it.
Edna Mode style.
What's happening with you all while Jane has run off?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking FM.
I'm just getting names mixed up with FM and Eeks.
Apologies. Well, I tried to bring Eeks to the bridge with me.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, you're on the platform. Yeah, it is much for me to remember.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I tried to bring FM to the bridge.
Oh, you dragged FM with
me.
you. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was the
Not
slap.
very
was,
much help though.
The slap
Yeah.
was take it to the bridge.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And
so you arrive, the platform comes up.
The intention of going to the bridge was to like encounter whoever is like piloting, or like I don't think I saw the skeleton thing that was clawing at the screen earlier, but
Right.
like
Sure.
that's my out of game meta hope is to encounter them and stomp their face in or whatever a
Yeah, 'cause
doctor
I was
might
the only
do.
one who saw the
Right.
skeleton. That's right.
Yeah.
It's just like all the way along with her, I'm just like everything in sight. I just feel very sentimental towards. Like I'm touching things and I'm like, oh, I love this, so I remember this, and it's flashing back to like things like I remember in my head, like this little doorway, and I remember in a flash, like my different heights.
So this like
in the doorway.
this was actually a place that you were.
Oh, I don't know, but the whole thing is
or you're
making
sentimentalizing
me
this.
think about it. It might be all just something that's going on, but I feel very sentimental about everything.
Yeah, it's like weird resonance. Yeah, so that's a fun contrast because while FM is picking up on the stuff like, was this my memory? Is this like some after image I'm getting from this whatever this life form is that's here? Eeks sees as the platform gets to the top. I think the bridge, this big wall, like vast control panel. I'm gonna have some random rolls here.
Okay.
Could someone roll a d20? I think
I would
have
love
one.
to.
Yeah, go
if
for it.
that's okay.
I love
I haven't rolled a
D20s.
d20 in a minute. 4.
Oh well.
Well, I mean, it's not. These are random.
I know.
This is a table.
Yeah, so it is the surface. There's something embedded, just mashed into this panel. It is coppery, and then can we get 2 d6 rolls? Just tell me the 2 numbers.
Okay, go ahead, Suze.
I'm gonna use
You can
my
each do these.
tiny. Would you like to roll a baby?
Sure, I'll roll a baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, 4 and a 1.
1.
Orbiting. Can we get another pair of d6 rolls?
You want to do it, Sean?
Just roll a
2d6.
choice and tell us the 2 numbers.
Yeah, tell the 2 numbers.
Yep. I have a 1 and a 1.
Sneak eyes. The second time tonight. Wow.
Annihilating, and maybe one more.
One more?
Yeah,
Right, I'll do one.
sure.
You maybe would win.
Yep.
5.
5 and me.
Oh,
two
one
numbers,
more
sorry.
roll of 2. Okay,
Yeah,
5 and a 2.
5 and a 2. Silent. Okay, we have coppery,
Cool.
orbiting, annihilating, and silencing are the properties of.
Ooh.
Oh, I need actually a D12 roll too for this shape.
Oh wait, which one's a D12? Hold on. Is
Do you
this a
have
D12?
one? Yep,
I have
yep.
a D12.
Nice.
Look at that. 3.
It's a cube.
Oh,
Is that? You know what it is?
Coppery cube mashed into the center of the console. There's like flecks orbiting around it, and it seems like the other pieces of the console are like slowly turning coppery and turning like pixelating and.
it's like that. It's like that desk breaker dice that Michael gave us, but way more
Like the
giant.
big chunky, yeah, yep.
Yeah, and copper.
And
yeah.
you don't know what this thing is, but I think you're probably between the two of you. Actually, maybe not the scientist, but as a doctor, as an alien, I don't know if this sets off any senses for you of what you think this thing is. But this is very. This isn't part of the design. You can tell that something has gone horribly wrong with this ship.
I'm thinking maybe it's something that I recognize or remember encountering from my world,
Okay,
but it's not humanoid.
sure.
Like, it's alien.
Yeah. It looks like it's pretty harmful. Obviously, do you? Let's do rolls to find out. What do you do? Number 1. There's no one up here, by the way. This is just the weird, ruined bridge.
I think my instinct is to take out that tool that I took out for the
Oh yeah.
for the captain in the beginning, but to try to use it actually as a weapon
Ooh.
Cool.
to deactivate the
Yeah.
thing with some sort of a shock.
Yeah. So
Shock it dead.
rig this scanner or use this alien technology scanner you have to shock it somehow.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe let's have you both think for a second. If you get the android scientist to help you, of what that would look like. I think that's probably like a complicated or risky thing to attempt. This looks
Yeah,
like
I
the
wasn't
scale of this
thinking I'm
is.
prepared for it,
Yeah.
but
maybe
I'm thinking-
I want to cut to
Sure.
Jane, but maybe between the two of you think about it for a second if there's some like way you rig stuff you have or attempt some
Oh, yeah.
experiment or
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe there's a way
Something.
that FM you could plug into my thing to give it extra
yeah, because
power.
you scanned him with it. Maybe I don't know. Between all of your stuff, something will work. Meanwhile, Jane, you have that phaser ready. These zombie things. Has anyone chimed in with the word? Otherwise, they're not speaking.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
They do not seem to be matching with speech. They just seem to be responding to movement and clawing at the wreckage and
Okay.
scuttling towards you.
Cool. So they're all kind of all over this doorway that I'm trying to get into,
Yeah.
right?
They're staying between you and Pi, potentially.
Okay, well, since I am a hotshot, and they don't appear to be super sentient, I don't feel bad about shifting my phaser from stun to perhaps blow this. Can I
Disintegrate.
curse on a live stream that I'm doing for?
I know I've been like checking.
Blow this shit up.
Yep.
Phase setting on my stun gun, and I'm gonna try and go for. Is there any sort of like lock or a thing that looks like it would open the door
Sure.
that I can shoot?
Yeah.
I'd like to shoot the door.
Oh, not shoot them, but shoot the door.
Yeah, if I hit a few on the way, but I really want to get
Yeah,
the door
yeah.
open so I have somewhere to run to.
Yeah, let's make it up. So we said the scale is huge, like towering doors for some
Yeah.
reason. Maybe there's some like connecting, I don't know, like some circle, some knob that
Yeah.
connects it. Not
Okay.
even, yeah.
I would like to shoot that.
Yeah, cool.
And I'd like to say that that's something I'd be pretty proficient in because I'm
You're a hot shot.
hotshot.
Yep.
I'm gonna take that literally.
Yep. So that's
Okay.
2. I mean, yeah, you're the pilot in hotshot. Sounds like that's the thing you'd be prepared for if it came to
Prepared
it.
also? Okay.
And then what do you think this is? Lasers? Laser? I mean, you're shooting.
Yeah, lasers. I'm shooting a laser. Okay.
So you're trying to roll
Under
Under two. So it's because you're so passionate.
I feel really strongly about pi. My emotions are clouding my judgment. Oh, but I got a 1, a 2, and a 3. So
Alright.
I matched my number and got under it.
So you succeeded, barely manage it with a complication, but you also get a laser feeling, so you get a special insight into what's going on.
Can I ask my question?
Yeah, you
After
had
the
one
doors
from
open?
before. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I think the barely managing it is that like you're is this like a steady beam? Let's make up the cool sci-fi laser.
okay.
What does this look like for
Well,
your phaser?
I think it's gotta be purple in
Yeah.
honor of the marsh potato.
Yeah.
And I think a kind of steady pulsating beam.
Okay.
So it's unbroken as long as my finger's on the trigger, but it's kind of like whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
And somehow Michael has managed to program his AI voice into all of
To
our
make the
guns. So it's
sounds.
Michael going pew, wow, wow.
Yeah.
And then if I shoot rapidly, it goes pew, 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 pew,
Nice.
pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
But he does it in a little high pitch.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew, pew. Cool.
And I think the barely making it is that like you're making progress. You start to melt this knob, and from times you have to divert it to like shoot off a couple of these zombies, and they're getting closer, and it's like getting pretty dicey. But
This is my pie.
it cracks, and I think when that thing is melted, I think there's just like a, again, weird hydraulic hiss of just like massive doors start to crack open.
Okay.
FM, you got ideas on how we might join forces?
Can I ask my laser feelings question later then?
Let's do that
Oh,
first.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I
don't know.
I apologize.
No,
Yeah,
you're
let's do
fine.
the
We're
question.
all over the place.
I think there's like, going off of theme, there's like a purpley void behind the doors. It's not pitch black, there's some weird pulsing light.
Okay, my question is, can I see pie and or the green lichen-y stuff?
Yeah, well, and so actually you can ask more than
I
that if you
smell
want.
pie?
It's like, you can ask an insight into what's going
Oh,
on. So it
okay.
doesn't even have to be like what your character could see. It could be
Okay.
like, what's the deal in this?
Is there some sort of connection between the fact that Michael seems to be kind of even spottier than usual and this green stuff and the zombies and the sudden appearance of this dreadnought that, you know, is that kind of why, is that all connected to why we were pulled out of our sleep early?
Yeah, I think, well, so,
So, like, what is
Yes.
the plot of this entire game?
sure. I mean,
Well, we've got 4 minutes left, so I mean,
do?
why
Oh.
not?
Try and wrestle.
Oh yeah, and then we gotta make it fast. Yeah, so it's like a parasitic thing. I
Yeah.
think that's what's happened. What your captain had told you at the start was that you were pulled out to find the Museathon 2000,
That's
which
right.
was this new mission. That I guess we'll tie that in and say that it was in danger because of this organic substance, and so you can tell. Yeah, there's a higher concentration of that back there, like webbed, gathered around something. Whatever Michael thought pies were is a high concentration of that stuff. But you're able to like, you know, duck in that door and start to explore
Not
it.
chocolate pecan.
Maybe there.
Guys, I have good news and bad news. Good news is I might have solved the mystery. Horrible, awful, bad news. It's not pie.
Oh no.
Cool. Let's cut back to to Eeks and FM. How did
So I had this thought, and I started seeing this vision, and I realized that maybe I'm not really an android, that I'm actually an alien too. That would make more sense, right? Because rather than being an android, I'm actually from another world, and I'm an alien.
And you were just told that you were an android.
Right. So we both make this connection with this thing, I think, that we need to do something with it, but we realize that if we both use our alien strength together, then we might be able to, like, synergize something together to
Yeah.
make it, like, shrink down and, like, remove itself from the ship.
Real quick, we're actually at like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go to montage. So I'm going to give you a prompt. You just run with it. So I think going off that alien thing, you realize that this weird copper annihilating, pixelating thing is trying to speak to you in patterns. And if you just try to talk to it, however you do, you'll be able to communicate with it. What do you both say to this, whatever this object is that's embedded in the? Actually, you know what? I think that's happening to everyone.
Cool.
The void, the purpley void behind those doors, there's patterns trying to speak to as well. Think about it, go in whatever order you want.
3.1415. It is 5!
As you have this weird realization that there's this intelligence here and is trying to speak to you, or is trying to listen to you, what do you tell it?
What are you? What do you want?
It's asking.
Basics.
Yeah, just like basics. I think you get this flood of images of just like that it is it has been protecting itself, it's been cocooning this repository of knowledge, it's been trying to share it with others.
That's perfect.
It's been trying to spread it into other ships, and it's been waiting for such a long time, and no one has responded, and now you've all entered here.
I've got what I'm gonna say. Do you know what you're gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I know you. That's it.
Nice.
That song from
And I was gonna say, you're not alone.
Ooh, nice. And I think it responds something effective like we reckon. So kind of like the plants said, like we remember you, welcome home or something. And I think the when you say you're not alone, I think the weird copper thing kind of like detaches from the.
And Michael goes, "Ging."
And you hear the voice, a blurry voice coming through your comms of Captain Darcy saying, I think, I don't know what happened, but the rest, I was trying to say, the device, it's sort of like a cube. It's incredibly dense, really fancy name for microchip, infinitely holds all this information in it. It is, it's intelligent, it protects itself. And anyway, you realize you've found the
Museathon 2000.
Any last montage? We'll cut forward. You are all back on the ship. You're back en route again.
Mashed potato.
The mashed potato. What's the last little like shot on each character?
I guess did we take the Museathon 2000 with us?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you did. Yeah, I think that was the mission. Maybe.
It seems like it's in danger from the green stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe we make a copy of it and we take that with us so that we're not actually abducting it.
Well, if it's in danger.
Well,
I couldn't tell.
but I think we made it feel better, so maybe it's no longer in danger.
I don't know. You guys make up from there.
Okay.
I think it was implied as in danger, but you.
Yeah, we could take it from the dreadnought
Sure.
and put it on like a new asteroid, a new little home.
Sure. But is there a connection between you and it regarding the family you were looking for?
I don't know. I learned a lot. The last shot for me is kind of like just relaxing in my thing, writing in my diary, and it pans down, and I have like a little, I have a friendship bracelet with your name on it.
Oh. I think maybe some readout scanner thing or whatever, you also get this little like series of lights going off on it, and you realize it is a set of coordinates that have been communicated to you.
And the friendship bracelet.
Yeah, and the friendship bracelet. I think also at some point Michael chimes in and says like, there's some samples I forgot to show you. I got on the ship, the automated extra little robots from your vessel, picked them up, and one of them, Jane, you open it and it happens to be like, it's like a lot of dust and mold, and under it there's some packaging, and it is like a perfectly preserved pie with like some old vintage like human writing on.
It's chocolate pecan!
It's like astronaut preserved pie.
Amazing, space pie.
I think one of my last scenes is me like sitting with you in the mess hall while you're like just like standing there like staring at the pie, like you've got like your fork in hand, you're like ready to cut into it, but you're also like
I'm ready for this.
holding it and having an emotional experience. And I'm like, it is true what they say about you humans and your emotional reactions to food. But I am interested in experiencing this feeling as well.
I'm gonna like pull out another fork from somewhere within my suit and hand it to you.
And I think I use my potato to be like, FM, the pie is happening.
And I come in and then the thing goes beep boop boop, and then I take out a remote control and like mute it.
Yeah.
We've missed the opportunity to have been calling them the tater communicators or the communitators this whole time.
Communicators.
Nice.
And so probably like last moment is all of us eating pie
pie.
and smiling and laughing and putting our arms around each other.
I think each you get it. Something about the taste of the pie. You're like, this is the human. This is why Jane was so emotional about pursuing the pie. I think because you were looking to.
I think I have feelings.
And I think like as we finish that, I'm just gonna kind of look in my pocket where they can't see. There's just a little, very small, very heavy bronze cube.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I see.
And ends.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you, Gio.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you,
Thanks everyone
everybody.
for supporting the Muse and
Yeah.
hanging out with us.
Oh my goodness.
Again, if you liked any of that, I'm doing a one-page role-playing game class in July at the Muse for making your own goofy story games.
That was so fun. That was the first time I played a role-playing game.
Awesome. Yeah, this whole
that was fun character.
I was about to say, it doesn't always get to be so emotionally touching as you made it, Sean.
Yeah.
But that's absolutely the kind of role-playing game that I like to play.
Yeah, I thought like some serious gamers don't like that kind of stuff though. They get.
They're not real gamers.
They're not serious gamers then.
Well, no, that was the
gamers
first
aren't
time
afraid of
I've
emotions.
really played. I've listened to them a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it was really a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming and doing that and including me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to just take a couple quick minutes if we need to stretch for a second and then pop back on here for the final countdown?
The final.
Well, I think we can leave for a little while because the final countdown is, let's come back on like 11:45 or
Okay.
11:50 and then have a real final countdown.
Just a quick
Sounds
recap
good.
before our final countdown. This
Yes.
is part of our Give Local 757 stream. We are currently at $33,701, which is
That's $33,701, which is
amazing. And that was amusing, because of where the Muse. No, we have 517 individual donors, which is amazing. It also means like 20 people have donated in the past half hour alone, which is wonderful.
Yep.
That math is not exactly right, but thank you so much to everyone who's donated. I see some of my close, lovely, wonderful friends on here, so thank you, my beans. Y'all rock. But thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Please, if you are able to, consider donating $10 or more to the Muse. We are going strong till midnight with our Give Local 757 fundraiser, and this will really help us out in continuing our work in our wonderful literary community in the 757 and beyond.
And that is midnight East Coast time. So
Yes.
to be clear, that's only from now for the next
23 minutes.
Yep.
Watch the writers try to do mental math.
Yeah. The writers who have been live streaming since 9:30 a.m.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we will
So
see you
we'll be
back
back
around
soon.
11:45.
And thank you to the 3 people who donated in the past 2 minutes while we were talking. Y'all rock.
Appreciate you.
Excellent.
Okay.
Bye.
See you in a bit.